Jeez Louise. Hello everybody. It is the most quietest Wednesday night on track before the race that I've ever seen. Ever. And I hope that is not a sign of things to come. But it may please our stewards. Right, that is actually working. And here we go. Qualifying is going to kick off. And we will start the night by introducing. Good evening, David and Frank. How are we? Sorry to interrupt your conversation. I'm not really at all.
No, well, that's all right. We'll just keep talking about it. So, hashtag might be joining us, Franco.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, yeah, no worries. See you, Joy. You keep going then. No worries, guys.
Evening, Malik and everyone. How's everyone going tonight?
Fan-bloody-tastic.
It's good to hear. We are, of course, at the greatest track in the world, Spa-Francorchamps.
Is it, though?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of the great racetracks. I'm glad it's virtually nearly every racing game that you get these days.
It's there by default now. Thank you very much there for the donation there, Hamster. We're going to kick the night off straight away. Just let's talk about the standings, because this is the final round. This is the very last race of the season before we head off to the final series for the classes. Philippa Bakita, 326 in the Porsche. She is the championship winner. She cannot be beaten. No matter what happens tonight, she could do triple barrel rolls through a Rouge. She will pick up the yellow crown. But for P2 in the pro class, Houlihan is separated from Jeremy Talbot by 11 points. So we got to see Talbot in the McLaren, Hooly Dooly in the Ferrari, but not too far back though is Daniel Hunter. He's on 696, so he's 58 points behind Houlihan, and he's still a chance to get P2. But just behind Hunter, 3 more points, Mia Rose. Where she's kicking off in the Nissan tonight, which is a fantastic effort considering that she's been in the Jaguar most of this season. Another 19 points behind is Mitch Hobbs in the Audi, and 4 points behind Mitch Hobbs is Kimmy second in the Bentley. So it's between 6 people for P2 in the championship, and I can't wait.
What you're saying is the sheep stations are up for grabs tonight.
Oh, they certainly are. They certainly are. Because 100 and... Oh, geez, what's going to test my memory? Is it 180 points max for an endurance round? I'll tell you in a second.
I believe it's 185 or something if you include the pole position and fastest lap bonus.
I think it's changed. There's 150 points for the win.
Oh, okay, it's changed.
Yeah, so it's similar-ish, but not quite as much. Not too much weight on just the one round. But that still says that if you're within 150 points of P2, you technically and mathematically have a chance at snagging it. Who's your money on out of those?
It's hard to go past Houlihan. He's the current leader of the chasing pack, so that would be my guess.
You've got Houlihan, Talbot, Hunter, Rose, Hobbs second.
I tell you what, Talbot's quietly going about his work this season. Not as high a profile name as, say, a Mia Rose or a Ryan Houlihan, but he's done very well for himself.
Yeah, it's a very good point there. He is, out of the top 7 drivers, the only one yet to pick up a win. But he has 5 podiums, 11 top 10s. That's the second highest behind Bakita with the top 10s. He's got a pole. Super consistent all season. I feel a little bit for Houlihan. He's had a couple of internet issues. So if I'm a betting man, I'd be very skeptical on getting on that train tonight, just in case his internet issues aren't resolved. But Alex Bowen, I did leave him out. He's 110 points back from Houlihan. It's a long shot chance, and the luck that he's had this season would say no. But you never know. You just never know.
Dead Set needs to have a 4-leaf clover inserted somewhere in his body, because he has had nothing but bad luck this year.
You're not wrong there.
He needs to put the ladders away, stop walking underneath them, get a different coloured cat, and move to Ireland.
Just get rid of the cat altogether. Another one, Kieran Potter, who's just gone P1. He is leading the Pro-Am class by Whoa, mathematics, yeah, quite a bit. It's 125. So he's got a big chance here to wrap up the Pro-Am tonight, followed by, got Benjamin Piper and Regan Herbert. And in the AM class, we have Jimmy Cato, who has made most rounds. If I can find him on the sheet here, there he is, lined up. He's on 156 points, and Anthony Ward of the Nissans on 131. So maybe if one of those two have a bit of an outlier tonight. Oh, it's going to be awfully hard for Anthony Ward, seeming he's not on track. So Jimmy Cato might have the AM class in the bag, as Houlihan is kicking things off with a 216.3, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thanks
Disgusting.
to Moritz for the €10, which is worth about 463 Australian dollars these days.
G'day chat, how are we? How are we indeed? Another one we can look at is the track map. So here we are, Spa-Francorchamps. This is the 2007 layout.
You can tell this map's already outdated because No Name does have a name now.
What is it?
I believe it's Rint.
Nah. Are you sure that's not the old version of No Name? Like, because
No,
Bruxelles is also called Rivage, but...
No, it's named, it's either Rint or there's another famous driver I'm thinking of that could be.
Well, there was no official track map that showed what it actually was, so I just put No Name on it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Thanks,
we can
Franco.
pick holes in the track map all day. I mean, it's the Fania chicane, not Piff Paff, for me. And
Seriously, look it up. Fucking look it up. I'm not here to fucking debate my screen! Come on! That took fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, it's either X or...
No, that's the actual corner names that have been researched there currently. Current corner names are there. Deal with it. Move on. Accept it. I'm going to say Piff Paff or Knife now. When I saw that though on the actual official track map, I'm like, I've never heard that. It's going on there. Puhon is actually called something else as well.
Fania chicane. Alright.
Puhon.
No. 13, 14 is just the Fania chicane. For me, at least, and for many years it's been there. I don't know where Piff Paff's come from, but...
I'm sure someone in the chat will mention it. Anyway, that's the track. Thanks for debating it. And Houlihan still leading the way with the 216.6. Did he... Wow. Talk about consistency. His best lap is a 216.632. He just did a 663.
Hey, well, qualifying is super critical here too because the start is basically on the run down to Eau Rouge, so you definitely want to be away from as many cars as possible on the charge down uphill, as we've seen quite a few accidents in league racing through Eau Rouge and Radion. So if Houlihan wants to hold on to P2, he's got to make sure he doesn't get involved in anything, especially on lap 1 and 2, because a pit stop is about 3 years around this circuit.
And that's a nice pit stop. Also, we've changed a couple of the penalties, obviously we do at Spa, to do with track limits. So if you get a drive-through, you won't get a... Sorry, if you get a drive-through for track limits, you won't have to serve a drive-through. It gets converted to a time penalty. Also, if you pick up a drive-through penalty in the race, we'll convert that to a time as well.
I thought we were converting it to going through the Macca's drive-through and getting food for us.
At 1 AM on a Friday night, it's probably the same length of time.
I was about to say, the Macca's drive-through gets incredibly busy. Ever since they've done like that dual lane that then merges into one, no. Why would you do that? It's a scam. It takes just as long.
That's a good point. The timing board's not showing. Riff raff, I was taking a bath. There we go. +1 to the timing board. So yes, 216.632. Are we going to see 215? I hope not, because that's going to make me feel sick. As quick as it is now. Quite easy to have your lap invalidated here. As you can see, there's quite a handful of drivers yet to set a time. We've got 28 drivers out there, 11 yet to set a lap.
Tell you what, have a look at the gap. P5 down to P8, separated by about a tenth.
That is very hectic. Well, we're going to see some rain tonight and some Audi tings, Upper Rouge. Who would know? If Australians are as good as merging lanes as we are, that sounds like a... depends where you are.
Yeah, some states are better than others.
I feel like Tasmanians are quite impatient because you don't have to travel as far. Well, Melbournians get stuck in traffic for 2 hours leaving work and just have to deal with it. But
Well, I'm just going off my parents who've caravanned around this great big brown land of ours, and West Australia is apparently the worst for merging, in their opinion.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
Still, wherever you are in the world, tell us in the chat your horror stories of drivers on the road. It's always interesting to see how, I guess, poorly behaved some people are on the roads in different countries.
As long as you wave to someone who's letting you, you're in your good. I'm great at merging lanes. It's everyone else who's the problem. Yeah. Good luck, everybody else. If everyone's seen that, is it Family Guy skit?
Yeah, it's Family Guy.
Yeah, it's funny. Mitch Hobbs gets the time in and up to P8. That was a 217.6. Anything sub 218 is pretty bloody fast. Mia Rose P4.
Join that gaggle that's round a second away from Houlihan.
How's our debutant faring? P15. So Herbert is 9th. Where is our Pro-Am leader? Cannot find him for the life of me. Oh, he's P3. Never mind. He's come to party tonight. Kieran Potter.
That's why you couldn't find him.
Up the pointy end. Welcome to Pro Class. No, I'm joking. But seriously.
Promotion for the last round.
But seriously, you'll be fuming.
So the Porsche, by all rights, you'd think it'd be a little bit harder to keep it out in front at Spa, given that its thing has always been it's a bit down in the top end speed and Kemal Straight being long as. So
after 2 weeks of solid study on the Porsche and all the cars on every single track, I will not hear from any Porsche driver saying that this car has deficiencies. Whilst it might not go as fast, top end speed, holy shit, it makes it up for everywhere else. As you can see, Bakita's what? 3/10 behind Houlihan. We saw her at Paul Ricard absolutely obliterate the field, and it had one of the slowest top speeds out of all the cars. It doesn't.
interesting.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see how it would go at Monza though.
It's not too bad at Monza. It gets a little bit of a turbo tweak, I think, at Monza. It was the Aston that's absolute horse crap there.
Yeah, the Aston's terrible. Unless you're in the B12 Aston, then you're just driving in blissful sound, but you're still slow.
Sometimes it's the sound that matters. But yeah, this car is definitely one of the strongest cars on the grid. It's just... this is ebbs and flows with what people would like to choose for their cars. For me, there's a top 7. There's 7 cars in our grid right here that are very, very, very competitive. There's a couple others a bit harder to push that speed out of, but it's very doable. Example, the BMW. And there's a couple of others that just have their moments, has their days.
Well, one car that does not have its days is the shit brick Nissan. That can get in the bin.
Here it is now. In the hands of someone who can drive it, bend up.
Yeah, that's a factual statement.
P2, what a piece of shit! What a piece of shit car this is.
Crushed into a cube.
It's the fastest cube I've ever seen. What are your thoughts on the Nissan, Franco?
I mean, the first time I drove it for one season, and it was the original Nissan, so before it was sort of patched to drivability. I haven't really driven it since then, so I'm not really going to comment because there's been a whole bunch of changes done to the car. It was not fun to drive then, but I think it's a lot better now, obviously.
So shout out to anyone that does actually own a Nissan Cube.
Oh, how bad are they?
I actually know someone who intentionally bought one.
How do you not intentionally buy one though?
Well,
oh shit! I was meant to buy a Holden Colt model and I've ended up with a Nissan Cube. I just went out for milk.
Is it one of those things that just sits in the aisle that you just wander down in the supermarket and you just aimlessly pick one up?
Oh, Nissan Cube,
Yeah.
put that in there.
Yeah.
Salt and vinegar
I might
chips.
use that one day.
You just accidentally download it, you know.
No, the Nissan has its days. It's pretty much what we've done for the next season is, which will quickly put this little screen up for you. Registrations are open for our next sprint series. Make sure you get involved. I have a feeling that it will fill up, so make sure you don't miss out. But with our schedule for next year, we're trying to balance it as much as possible. Every car has a grading at every single track now. We don't share that data because we want you to pick the car that you want to enjoy driving, and we can guarantee you that the car's going to be mostly competitive. Now, if you're going to pick the BMW, for example, realise that it takes a bit of work sometimes, but it definitely has the pace. Last season in our sprint series, both pro champions were in the BMW. So that was Andrew O'Hara and Hamza Golza. We didn't have Europe last year. So in the right hands, that thing is a rocket, but make sure you just pick a car that you want to drive, you love to drive, and you have fun, because that's the most important thing. What are you picking, David? Nissan Cube?
Haven't even thought about it yet.
So here we go. You've been slaying on about the Nissan, but you haven't even put effort into what you want to get.
Well, look, it'll be.
I think he defaults to the Nissan now.
I think I'm going to put him in.
It'll be pretty safe. It'll either be the Merc, the Aston, or that's probably the list.
Merc or the Aston. I just haven't enjoyed the Merc.
Well, those are the ones I have setups for and feel comfortable driving with the amount of time I'm able to put in at the moment. So that's
fair.
kind of.
Go the Aston, mate. Go the Aston. It's one of the easier cars to drive, and extracting 90% out of it's not too tricky either. I always do suggest that. But then you got the Audi, where it's a little bit down than it used to be, but not as kind to your errors.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I've spent enough time in walls driving the Nissan. I don't need to relive that experience with the Audi.
Which of you bellends are going to be picking the Lexus? Let me know in chat, please. I think people are going to pick the Lexus because it hasn't been in the series since, I think it was season 2.
Yeah, season 2 was the last time.
Last time the Jag was in it before this season. So this is the farewell week for the Jaguars. I don't think we're going to see it in the final series.
What's the bonus points for the Jag if somebody picks that for next season? It'd be a lot.
I'd be very interested
Eternal
because
glory.
they would have had to modify the sign-up sheet because they've taken it off it. But you never know. G'day, Mike.
This is a question. I haven't looked at the sign-up sheet. Is it possible to see the old non-Evo versions of the Mercedes and the Ferrari?
No. No, it's too hard to kind of work out the BOP for those cars now.
Okay.
They're dated, they're past it.
It would have been interesting to see them though. Just like a comparison in a race. Like, I don't think they're going to be OP or anything. Could be, I'm not sure, but
No,
this is an interesting factor, I guess.
And when setting up things, Bender, whether you got, oh, they're in the Mercedes, but you have no fucking idea by looking at that screen there what Mercedes they're in. It doesn't tell you.
that's true.
It doesn't tell you with the Aston. I mean, not the Aston. Yeah, the Aston. Nissan's got an old one. Audi's got an old one.
Is there the old Honda?
There's an old Honda, which is an absolute pile of crap. I actually prefer the old Merc.
Oh, I reckon my team would have possibly run the old Merc at Paul Ricard if it was allowed.
Yeah.
The special event.
Yeah, there's the old Ferrari as well, which, if you ask Paquita, is another one that should be crushed into a cube. And yeah, that's the polar opposites, really, those cars. For the same platform, those cars couldn't be any more different. But yeah, there's an old Lambo, there's heaps. GT 3.5 races.
Rex, the old Rex.
Yeah, but we don't even talk. I don't even know why that car's in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
What's
That's like
that
the ugly
point?
duckling.
Like, I'm glad it's in there because it's a little bit of a novelty, but it serves really no purpose. Much like, because we're going to be doing Porsche Cup on Saturday nights for a few weeks. So the Porsche Cup car has a bit of fun. Super Trofeo probably gets a bit shafted. There's no new Rex. He was just talking about the older cars that are no longer about. There's an old Bentley, but again, that's another car that kind of never got a look in. Actually, not sure I drove it ever.
You drive it for one season when I was still racing, potentially. I remember you driving a Bentley. I can't remember if it's
No,
this
it
one or...
was this one.
Yep.
Because it's a 2018 Bentley, this one. The other one's a 2015, so I think some teams might have still had it when the game first came out. That would have been used for the championship prior. Like the Jaguar hasn't been used for donkey's years. I think Jaguar's got a new team coming.
Yeah, Jag, I thought, pulled out virtually the season after they launched this game.
It was Emil Frey, I think. I'm pretty sure they changed the car that they wanted to use. Rita did the same thing. I think Rita might have just put it together. Right, so last week we had a few issues with Drew speeding, so we're going to be bunching them up sooner. There's no real excuse for not being close to the car ahead, as well as going 80k or 50 miles per hour if you are American. Who would like to take race one? You've been pretty mouthy tonight, Bender. You take this one.
All right.
I was going to suggest Bender, but considering this is a hour-long enduro...
remember that we do have the start on the other side before you get all excited.
Yeah, we've still got a couple of corners to go before the start-finish line.
Bets on Audi things at Narouche? None.
Oh, will there be death?
Nah, none.
There'll be carnage.
It won't be Audi things. It'll just...
Destruction.
I'll probably Porsche things first.
Sadness.
Bentley needs to close up at the back there.
So again, like they've already just push up, push up, push up, and you've got heaps of space to do it. Alrighty-o, here we go. David McNulty, take us away.
Thank you. So here we go as we're on the run down to Rouge, waiting for the lights to go green. Got Houlihan on the left in the yellow Ferrari. Mia Rose on the right in the Nissan, and we're away. A subdued start, but looks like Mia Rose has got the jump, the outside line. Up by Rouge through Radion, cuts the curve on the inside a little bit. Some Mercedes going very wide on the runoff there, but looks like everyone's through cleanly so far as we head up Campbell Straight. Almost 3 wide at the front going for the lead there. Paquita just slots back in. It's like Talbot trying to go on the outside of an Audi. Probably Hobbs. Been checking up, but clean so far. BMW gets forced a little bit wide, but it's okay. Here we go. But Paquita trying to go down the inside of Rose. Houlihan has resumed the lead. Contact there, a bit of rear to front. there's that Potter squeezing up into third place. Yep, he's up to third, and there's Bowen up into fifth. So very clean start, very competitive. Hero's fighting back into Puon though. And listen, very quick, and she's back in front of Potter. So that's third position for Rose. Potter fourth, and Bowen fifth. So
That was beautiful.
20, yeah, car 20 off in the back, but everyone else seems to be moving still.
20 is Paul Kranich.
Oh, Kranich. Hate to see it. Recently upgraded to Pro-Am. Very, very deserving of that.
It was a great start. Mia got a great jump as well. Then just through Lacombe, Houlihan fought right back, got around the outside, got it moved done, and Bikita came through as well, took the second off her. Oh, the background. Oh,
All out of position.
Yeah, Bikita did well actually getting that tap from Rose and not looping the car. Managed to keep it on track. Very easy to do mid-corner. We watch Herbert and Ralahi going at it.
The most sketch race I've ever done is in the Audi in a wet here. And that was when the Audi, all the wet weather tyres weren't up to the current 1.7. They were pretty dodge. It was the least amount of fun I've ever had in sim racing.
Tell you what, you don't want to go side by side with your teammate through Eau Rouge, but
Yes, you do!
Hunter and Borg are going to try.
No, they're tucked in.
A lot of liberties taken with the curb there through the top. See,
Yeah, very easy to get track limit warnings cutting at the top of Radion.
so we have another yellow at the top of Radion as well, car 47, which
Right,
is Ross.
Teleports
Oh,
to the pit.
and Perkins as well. He's in a bit of trouble.
Oh, there goes a key.
Oh, as we see Houlihan go very wide through No Name, as we will call it tonight, for Malik's benefit.
For everyone's benefit.
Very easy to pick up track warnings there too. Trying to carry so much speed down through to Puon. You just run it wide and it will fine you for it. We jump on board with Kai Rudin, who's looking at the back of Alex Bone, who's had a pretty good start. Managed to keep out of trouble, and he's got a couple of positions from his start. Hopefully the luck will stay with him for the rest of this race.
Just say, where did Kai Rudin start? I feel like it was back half of the top 10.
Beamers, there we go, contact between an Aston Martin.
Oh,
Oh,
that's unfortunate for Kranich there.
but Rudin's also got his teammate behind him. So Mia Rose goes fastest with a 2:17.5. Oh, Alex would have felt the hairs stand up on the back of his neck there as Kai Rudin, with a bit of the sand, had to go
Watch
wide
this.
to avoid.
Watch this.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That BMW gone. Dead.
He's in for another dimension.
that's pretty much a replay of the big accident in the real life GT3s.
Oh, I think that was even harder.
Yeah.
That's... We're gonna leave a mark.
F in chat for Braden Ross.
Have to try and find what happened to Braden for him to be in that position. 717, that's Clark, another victim of a Rouge, another BMW. Have they muffed their setup?
Well, seems like they've gone for a quality setup and not necessarily a stable race setup.
Try and find out there.
Well, Reagan Herbert. Oh, he's got A great vantage point of an absolute mess of cars in front of him, all the way up to P5. I think Alex Bone, they've just lost a spot to Hobbs. Talbot.
You're right.
Yeah, Talbot, the man who's trying to challenge for P2 in the championship. He's currently stuck down in P8 in this massive train of cars. He's going to find it very hard going.
This is glorious. Absolutely glorious here. What's the Ferrari ahead? Teddy Barrett, I better say, I didn't think there was another Ferrari in this battle. Ted, you have to tap out for a length of time here, mate. That's not how to do it. That's not how you do it at all. And that was Jeremy Talbot that copped it. Oh. If you are the blue flag car there, you just need to stay off the throttle.
And a squeeze there from Talbot on Herbert as well, as Herbert was trying to take advantage of that schmozzle. Talbot squeezing him onto the grass, so Herbert deciding to back out of it, which in an hour-long race is probably the smarter thing to do. But this is a man who's probably not having the race that he would have liked to have had tonight so far.
Yeah, not yet. You can see the top four have scooted away a little bit now. Got Mitch Hobbs leading this pack, this train. Here's the conductor. Talbot up against it, deep there.
Seemed like it was understeering as well. I wonder if he's got a bit of damage. It's making that McLaren hard to steer at the minute. Once again, you see him go wide.
Just watch back what happened to Braden Ross. This is lap 2, perhaps. Oh, just see an Aston send it at the start. Yeah. Oh no, there wasn't BMW on BMW action, was there?
I think he'll be slotting in, but that's very, very close to be following. I just lost it.
Well dodged there by the Porsche. Oh, that Lamborghini! Holy moly, they were close. I can't believe. There we go. The Nissan will finish you off.
Absolute blind spot there too, right at the top of that hill.
Homing missile activated.
Yeah. See, the debutant has picked up 5 seconds. He's obviously done something a bit naughty early on. You can just see the front of that McLaren of Talbot is not looking the best. This is Kyrune and Ralahi. Side by side into bus stop.
Oh wow, that's unusual.
It's Clark.
Kept it at
Also-
walls though. Just unsettled that.
Oh, there's a big send by the Nissan in the background there. That's Vecchio. And I think he's just cooked it. And allowed Talbot to get past, and now he's got Herbert looking to get that spot as well.
Herbert did the very smart thing there. He's got on the brakes early, so he didn't compromise his exit out of this little set. There's a McLaren around. There was. It was Talbot. He looks like he's had a moment in the head, though. Oh, my goodness.
Very wide. That might be some lap traffic, or?
Yeah, it's Perkins. Yeah, Perkins has done the right thing there, taking the exit road, just getting out of these battles. It's really early in the race. You don't want to be throwing yourself into the mix here.
Yeah, I mean, even though you are a lap down, you will get that back with a pit stop. It is just such a long hit, as you were saying here earlier, Franco.
26 is around in the background. That is Piper. Don't know what happened.
They lost 3 positions.
So, how it stands at the moment, Houlihan will pick up P2 in the championship if he retains P1. Rose is going to be coming back from about 5th in the championship here. She's currently P3. Bakita, a bit of a rear gunner here for Houlihan. Bakita has the series and championship sewn up for this split. Does Bakita push Houlihan for the win?
I think Bakita will be happy to just get towed around for a while, though.
Oh, for sure.
Probably just keep her tyres a little bit fresher and make use of the Ferrari in front, and then really towards the end of the race, she'll probably start launching attacks unless Houlihan makes a mistake somewhere. That's very close to that inside wall there from Houlihan.
I'd imagine they have this pinned. Listen for a lift. Slight maybe, or just it'll be just deceleration from the altitude change. There'll be no gains made by the Porsche here on Kemmel. So it looks like it's going to be a 3-car battle here at Spa for split yellow. Just in the background you can see Kieran Potter wants to stitch up the Pro-Am Championship. I think he's got that in the bag at the moment.
He's doing very well for himself in P4. Nearest Pro-Am rival in P10, so...
Flying along.
In the Aston, which has been on fire very early on in the series, it was a very, very popular car. And the last few patches and changes to BOP.
I think it's also to do with just the driver makeup. I think sometimes the results are a little bit skewed based on who's in the car. Last season we had quite a few very, very speedy boys in the Aston. Oh, that's same again for so Porsche sort of struggled last season a fair bit. But for example, we've got Bakita and Raleigh in the Porsche here, and they're both very quick. Nissan again in the different hands. It's out of McNulty's hands now, so the team can actually recover, make a revival.
Yeah, that's right.
It was the thing on the Aston though. It was also mentioned in some non-OOR circles in some of the areas where there's a bit more on the line, and they've all pretty much said that the changes to the Aston hasn't made it uncompetitive, but it's definitely not helped it.
Yeah,
and track dependent as well.
Yeah.
So it is I see an early pit stop there from Talbot.
Yes, Talbot. He's probably going to get that damage if that's the reason he's struggling to get that car turned in.
I know there's a few people looking at using the Aston next season. They're probably going to be a little bit down on practice time, so they want something they have to just absolutely thrash. I think that's a good decision. Obviously there's an element of difficulty for a few of the cars, being the Audi, Porsche. This is a good battle.
Yeah, this has got potential, as saw that McLaren go very wide on the exit there. They're going to go side by side. Who's going to have the better brakes? Going to be the McLaren. Well done there.
Well done to both drivers, because it's not easy to avoid that rear panel when they're coming back across after a chicane. Nice racing. I haven't driven the Nissan enough to know how it feels compared to the older version. Did this version of the Nissan come out with the game originally, or was it?
No, it was slightly different. It's had a complete sort of change.
Because there's two different Nissans.
Yeah. So this version wasn't in it originally. It was only the first one.
Yep.
And it was not fun.
I don't think this is too far out from when it was launched. What changes the
Yeah.
Aston? I don't really. I know it's been. What track was it? I swear it was Monza, and maybe
Garbage
here.
now.
No, I think it's
Garbage.
not as garbage at Monza now.
Okay.
It was like bottom of the barrel. Why we bother? But they've fixed up a little bit.
Well, you know it's bad when the 2015 V12 Aston is better than the current V8 Aston at Monza.
Yeah, but that's it. The V12's good against all the cars. It's kind of hard to compare to the current GT3 with the BOPs. Like, you're going to have a few outliers, and that's why we kind of avoid using those. Jaguar. Is it Jaguar at Monza? I think it's Jaguar at Monza, which is another absolute rocket. Like, nothing will get near it if you did it right. Both Nissans were released at the same time. Ah.
Yeah.
So maybe the current ones had a bit of work done.
Yeah, I still thought there was only one Nissan.
Can't remember
But I
what
might have
year.
been thinking the pre-release before 1.0.
Yeah, that's one of the first cars I remember driving in the BMW
Yeah,
and the
that's
Ferrari.
right.
They were the three.
That's what I'm remembering.
These two, though, have managed to maintain this battle. Rose is just sitting on the back.
Yeah, she's still lurking. Only 1 and a bit seconds off the back. So, who's going to blink first in the pits? Do you think?
It won't be Paquita unless she gets ahead. I think, as you were saying, at the moment this is helping her a lot. Just conserve some tyres, perhaps. Getting a little bit of a suck.
She's also generally this season been one of the later pit stops as well.
Yep.
Especially in races she's comfortable leading.
I think that's a good strat, though.
Yeah, leaving it till, almost 20 minutes left in an hour-long race. And then coming in.
Oh, that's good. As you avoid the traffic. Here, it's probably not so much of a big deal. It's such a long pit delta. Such a long lap time. Trying to find some space. Where did Talbot sneak himself out to? 51. So you see 51's just going through a Rouge right now. Look at all the space he's got. It's exactly what he wants at the moment.
Exactly.
Oh,
Starting to
Charles
get
Clark, no. 10-second penalty for causing the collision on lap 1.
Well, that's a cut. There's a lift to avoid getting the warning. So if you do
Yeah.
cut there, anyone that's watching, that's competing in this series, you cannot overtake afterwards. You have to lift or just stay behind the car ahead. Otherwise it's gaining an advantage. It's a big one here because it's such a long straight.
Did you mention that? Because I was literally about to say the same thing.
It's be like cutting
Look at Mia
the
Rose.
corner. Yeah, right on the back. Oh, 15 seconds. It's like cutting the entry to Mistral Straight, but except it's a lot harder to cut there because you kind of muffed a couple of corners beforehand, and you will get a track limit. That Nissan must be a bit of a rocket in a straight line. Must feel
Yeah,
good
it is
through a
pretty
Rouge.
quick. So Ryan Borg, bang bang, 30 seconds of penalties there. 2 incidents, 1 on lap 1, 1 lap 3. See Withers picking up 15 seconds for a collision on lap 2. So Stewart's been busy.
This is the sort of battle we've sort of been expecting all year between these three as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. Ted Barrett, 10-second penalty for an infraction on lap 3. What's he done on lap 3?
That's the one we saw when he was blue flagged, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. I should have just been causing the collision.
Hey, Organize. Maybe they just deemed it both not utilising blue flag rules properly, plus the collision. Oh.
Now it's Makita who's having to go defensive and just make sure she doesn't lose a spot here to Rose. Will we see Rose potentially come in and go for the undercut?
I was almost going to say, if you're Houlihan, needs to get into battle and you get a second lead, I'd just pit. Straight away, get the undercut on them, and then you're not towing them around.
even if there's no cars ahead of you, because I find that's a massive advantage when you've got pace, is just to drive into it and not have to worry about traffic. Whereas sometimes when you pits, you just get really, really unlucky. Oh, here she goes. She's got a big chance here. I don't think that Porsche has any hope of holding off that Nissan on this straight. She's going to defend on the inside. Already done. Already done before the braking zone. So Rose up to P2.
She must be really loving it through Eau Rouge in that Nissan.
But this is where Bikita's strong.
Just able to carry a lot more speed.
Has Hobbs headed off? No. I think he has, actually. Hobbs has dropped quite a few positions. I thought he was a bit higher up, like 5th. We'll suss that out. Someone has just binned it at a Rouge. It is a Lamborghini.
F chat.
It is Giuseppe Recchi as another victim. Oh, ow. That was my eardrums.
Well, managing to steal a couple of car links thanks to this battle between these two. So just as you were saying, Bender, does Houlihan look at... Oh, so I thought we were just going to watch that Porsche get a little bit squirrely. The exit of that corner, but still under control. But as you can see, a little bit of a gap opening up between P1 and 2. So does Houlihan pull the trigger and try and get out and trying to get back into some cleared track space and undercut these two?
This is what happened to Mitch Hobbs just before Audi Tings.
Yep,
Just
see you later.
curb.
Thanks for coming. Oh!
Oh, that is
Yeah,
next level.
that is things you do not want to see as a race car driver. Although, as I say that, Mia must be really strong through the back half of this lap, because all of a sudden onto the rear wing of Houlihan as we watch a replay of a Lamborghini.
Bang, that was a hard hit. So
Yeah.
then Perkins drive-through penalty for dangerous driving on lap 2.
Wow.
That's an
So that's
interesting
that's been given out by the stewards, and they've deemed it worthy enough to get a drive-through at Spa.
There must have been the pinned contact into the BMW. Because if you're on a direct drive wheel and you're in that BMW,
Rip your
you're
wrist.
gonna have a bad time. So they must have deemed it to be avoidable. But that's a speculation.
See how I've just noticed Houlihan very wide through that corner every time.
Don't know how he doesn't get limit warnings there. I swear. You definitely invalidate a lap. Maybe it's not quite as bad with the track limits there.
You know what, me is looking very ominous though.
What did we say the gap was between them in the championship? I will suss it out right now. So we have Houlihan on 754 points, Mia Rose 693. So there's a 61 point gap. For first and second, there's about a 30 point difference. So Rose is going to need to win, but Houlihan's going to have to suffer some type of issue in order for her to pick up P2.
Also, just want to point out how much these two have dropped Makita. You know, the Porsche was living in that slipstream, and now she's 1.3 seconds back.
Mia now is going to look to hang it around the outside, but Houlihan wisely blocking off the apex on the second part of that chicane. No chance for Mia, but Mia looking like she wants to get a move done on track rather than the pits.
Right. So, yes, as you were saying, Bakita was making use of the slipstream here on Kemmel for many, many laps. Just out of it now. But these two are some of the fastest drivers at the moment.
Oh, that's a cut.
That's a wild ride from Rose.
Yep. She lifted as well. But yeah, so it's going to be hard for a Porsche driver to try and stay with two of the quickest at this track. You can probably stay with them that aren't as fast, but
So you have to
only
wonder
1.5.
if Bakita would be looking at pitting and getting an undercut if these two are going to stay out.
Well, she's lost 3/10 in sector 1, which is basically a hairpin and some straights.
Looking at the last lap times, they were all in the 218s. Bakita was only less than half a tenth off Houlihan, but 4/10 back from Rose. So if Rose is flying at the moment, looking at the best laps of the whole race, Bakita does still have it with a 217 flat. Obviously that is behind the Ferrari. If we look at the sectors, Houlihan's the slowest in sector 1. Where are we?
No surprise there, he's given the other two a tow.
Yeah, Rose is the slowest in sector 2, and Bakita's the slowest in sector 3. So they all share a sector separation, which is great to see. So obviously that Nissan is reverse engineered here to do its best, not crush it into a cube. Potter 8.6 seconds back, so that's how much these three have gapped the field. Bowen 5th.
And there we go, just in the background there, Bakita in.
Wow, that's actually a really good effort by Potter. 8 seconds.
He's in.
Over
2.
30 minutes. That's a good effort. The pace those three are going at.
Oh, for sure.
And he's going to get an undercut on Bone as well, so looking very good for the Aston Martin driver.
Just look at the actual track map. It's so many gaps. So many gaps. Doesn't take much. Raleigh leads the way from those that have already done their stop, from Kai Rudin and Hobbsy. Vecchio and his filthy looking Nissan at the moment, trailing Hobbs.
Only thing about a white car, can't keep it clean.
That's right. Speaking of dirty, Saxon. BMW team have not had much luck this race. Braden Ross is out there. He still hasn't done his mandatory stop because he would have had to have returned to pits with that damage, but it's good to see him still toughing it out. Been there before. Not fun.
Not a bad drive from Saxon though. He's definitely been travelling a little bit lower generally throughout the season, but currently sitting in P8. Well, he was P8 before a couple of pitters. So Bakita still waiting to drop.
Damn, I forgot my side graphic.
Well, these two still going at it. I wonder if anyone's going to pit this lap.
Bakita has just dropped now, and he's out of the pits.
It's almost a full lap. Yeah,
I reckon one of them will pit.
Yeah, you'd have to think so.
Go and pick your money. Where's it at? I'm going to say no. Thank you. Pay up.
None of them. That's a bold move.
Well, let's look at the pace. Last lap. Oh my goodness. 218.000 for Houlihan. 218.009 for Rose.
So if Bakita can get back into the 17s for a couple of laps, very good chance to, with a fresh set of tyres, very, very doable.
.266 nearly there for the Nissan. Alex Bowen's in, Regan Herbert's in, Tom Kidman's in. Tom Kidman's another one who's been bumped up in class last week. Himself and Krenich.
Alex Bone obviously responding to Potter coming in last lap.
So Potter does retain that provisional spot.
That's very wide, and I don't know how that's not a track limit warning there.
be really nice if we could see how many track limit warnings the drivers had.
And what Mia's taking Pooh on very narrow on her entry, whereas Houlihan's obviously sweeping from the outside in. Just shows you different cars. Slightly different, quicker ways to get through the corner.
He also looks slightly further ahead this time as we approach Sector 3. Houlihan, yeah, 8 tenths now.
Maybe this is the time that Rose pits. If you're Rose and Houlihan goes in, what are you doing? You staying out? Or you following?
Yeah, staying out.
Does she have the pace though?
I don't think so, but you got to roll the dice. If you do the same,
You've got to
you're just going
pit.
to come out behind.
I'm going to say at least one pits here. No, both are going to pit.
Yep. I can understand it.
Yeah, same.
If you don't feel like they were holding you up, and it just looked like Houlihan was starting to get a couple of car lengths here and there, there's no point staying out on older tyres when the person you're racing has got a free set of new tyres. You will never catch up. So now it's going to be, what does Makita do? Currently got Kato in the Honda in front, who is yet to pit, so this is not going to help Makita at all.
Not in the slightest. This is what I was talking about, pitting early. Sometimes this happens. Kato's within his right here to have a race, have a run.
And he's the one car on like this whole sector of the track.
That's why you stay out. If you've got the lead, obviously she didn't have the lead at the time, so she's pitted. Keep an eye out on the little graphic on the right.
It has production value.
Have they stopped?
Picture in picture going.
They have. They've both stopped. They're both very similar boxes. Very close to the pit exit line as well. What do you reckon? Will Makita come out ahead? I'm going to say behind.
Yeah, I think she's just going to be held up just by that Honda of Kato. I think that's been the only thing. What do we say? It was nearly a full lap last time when Makita was dropping. But
Right,
we could
Rose
be wrong.
has dropped first. Rose has dropped first. Rose has got Houlihan.
Wow. So,
Substantial lead, I think.
yeah. Although they do have to slow down a little bit through the top there, but yeah, as you're right, Makita, it's going to be in visual range, but yeah, lost a little bit of time. I think that Honda's been the difference. But
Yep.
Rose has absolutely nailed a pit stop though.
I think if there was no Honda there, maybe Makita could have got Houlihan.
Yeah.
I think Rose has just nailed that though.
Ferrari's trying to just strike again.
Or if Fully just went over the pit box and had to crawl it back a couple of meters.
It's very possible. So what can Mia do with some space in front of her now? Still the way things stand, Houlihan will finish second in the championship. Rose will only move up 1 or 2 spots. Bowen is sitting there in 5th. You want some chocolates as well.
Talbot currently down in P12, so it's absolutely not helped his cause for P3 in the championship tonight, or P2, sorry.
He's the second most amount of top 10s. I hope I didn't curse him talking about that at the start of tonight. But still, off to the finals in 2 weeks' time. Clean slate, you never know what'll happen.
It does have the advantage of her tyres would be warmed up and in the right zone. Houlihan probably by about now probably would have just had them, but he hasn't yet. There's still an opportunity for Makita, especially through Eau Rouge, where you need as much grip as you can.
Does the Porsche still struggle with low fuel? I know it did in the past. I'm not quite sure if it's a lot better now, but
Never driven it, so can't really say.
Here we go. See what sort of speed Nikita can carry. Still right under the rear wing, but I think that Ferrari's just got enough legs.
so this is with a tow. 260, 3, 4, 5. That won't happen without a tow. Kato's pitted as well. Looks like Bowen's got Potter. Is that happened on track or through the pits?
Might have been through the pits.
It looks Bowen. Look out.
Well, he's due.
So Alex Bowen is 8th in the championship, 644 points. Is Kimmy second out there?
Haven't
No, I
seen
haven't
the
seen
name,
him.
so
Bentley. Swear he was in qualifying. So Bowen will jump Kimmy second. Mitch Hobbs is currently 8th. He's 30 points behind Hobbs, so he might be able to grab Hobbs as well. So move him up to 6th. Talbot should still be pretty safe, even if he's down in 11th at the moment. Hunter, 12th. Samia's definitely going to jump Hunter. Move up to 4th. Maybe actually grab Talbot as well. So she'll jump into the top 3 here with this performance tonight.
It's a big win if she can see it out.
She'll
Well,
probably be
these
hoping,
two-
yeah, these two come together.
yeah, these two resuming their battle from earlier, back when they were P1 and 2 instead of 2 and 3.
So if Kieran Potter stays where he is, he'll pick up the Pro-Am Championship win. Who did I say was leading AM class? Was it Kato? I think Kato's guaranteed that. Yes. Sammy Barrett's too far back.
So shout out to watching picture-in-picture of the same action.
You're welcome. I've been doing that. So you sort of see a bit of both, which I reckon looks awesome. Last lap.
Yeah, the first one you got different angles of it.
Yeah. Last lap, they're all in the 217s. 217.1, 217.2, 217.3. In that order. Alex Bowen, the next fastest on the track with the 217.8s. Well, that is very, very
Very
wide.
wide.
That was nearly the fence.
Going off to the Netherlands. That's how wide it was. So just heard a bit of breaking news. The Japanese F1 Grand Prix has been cancelled this year due to COVID-19. Of course, the Olympics, the Paralympics are going ahead because money.
Hang on. Explain the reason why one's called off, they allow the Olympics.
Wow.
Whose decision was that? Was that F1 decision or was that Japan's decision? 'Cause-
Japan's promoter's decision.
Okay.
So it's interesting that the Olympics went ahead because the Japanese Olympic Committee aren't happy because they couldn't sell any tickets to the venue and obviously there's no fans. So they reckon they've lost 20 billion US in revenue, while the International Olympic Committee are very happy with the Olympics and Paralympics going ahead because TV deals are at a record high. I wonder why.
Surely they'll look at giving some financial support out of the money that they've made to that. There'd have to be some type of
No,
clause, because if I'm the government Japan, I'm saying you can all piss off.
I
Yeah,
would be, but there's been no deal or no support offered from the IOC.
I reckon there's been some under the table stuff. Like the infrastructure deals that they have in place. Obviously, it helps when you obviously can fill stadiums, but I'm sure not going to be left in the lurch there. There's no way they would have let it go through. They had a further 12 months to discuss all this shit, so... Oh, it's a lot of money for Olympics.
Can't fight NBC, unfortunately. If they want it, they will have it.
Yeah. Well, no Suzuka Grand Prix this year. Shock horror.
Which is a bit disappointing for Australian fans because it's one of the few races that is in our time zone.
Reasonable time, yeah.
At a reasonable hour.
Are they going to replace it or just going to scrap it?
There's no confirmation just yet. F1, they've only said that the Japanese F1 GP has been cancelled.
Fair enough.
I think they'd be very lucky to get any races outside of Europe this year, to be honest.
United States?
Yeah, maybe.
Definitely. US don't care about COVID. No offence, US. But they've also got their vaccination rates up a lot, so it does help.
Yeah, but you get the other end as well. You get the state of Alberta and Canada saying COVID-19 doesn't exist. So you got both ends of the extreme spectrum.
Yeah, but that's where you just ignore bullshit online.
Oh, no, that's actually their state governor that's said that.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me though.
Just trying to think. What hockey team's in Alberta? I think it's Calgary.
Calgary Flames?
Yes.
See, I hear you know your judo well.
They're generally not a great team, so I don't think it's going to be a big loss there if they got struck down with COVID.
Yeah, Rose shaves a few hundredths off the fastest lap and sets down at a 2:17.058.
The Chinese Grand Prix is not going ahead, is it?
No.
No.
God. Just be silly if that did and... Oh, it's cut. That's cut. No,
Could you imagine if it did? It'd be the greatest meme potential race of all time.
Yeah, it's very political.
Houlihan's tyres are obviously where he needs them to be. Is he's put a little bit of a gap, one and a tenth second over Bakita. Rose with a gap of 1.6. So everybody just sort of circulating in their own little pocket at the moment. Yeah, I don't think Malaysia's not great at COVID at the moment either. So I highly doubt Sepang will replace Suzuka.
Oh, no way. They're not coming to Southeast Asia anytime soon. They didn't even want the Grand Prix to start with, so I'm not quite sure whether just, oh yeah, we'll put our hands up now at a really scary time. Feel for those in Indonesia as well. The government's kind of led them astray a lot, and they're copping it pretty big. But hopefully some type of a new normality will happen in the near future. Probably still looking at another 12 to 18 months. Hang in there, and then we'll get parties going. I'd love to see the Sepang Grand Prix back. That would be... I'd love to go. I'd love to go to it. I'd love to actually watch that.
Sepang is the better China.
Yeah,
Like
it
it
is.
has
It really is. It's
a lot
got
of the
everything.
same characteristics as China, but it just works better.
That's harsh. I feel like that's harsh calling Sepang the better China. Like, I have no problems with saying it's better track than China, but like, it's better than just a better version of China. If you get what I'm saying.
Oh, you're not saying you're not saying that it's a sorry on China. You're saying it's a letdown on Malaysian, the Sepang circuit being so good.
Well,
So it's an exceptionally better track than China. Then how about we say that?
Yeah.
Well, I just find it's got a lot of China's got a lot of the characters we
Oh,
watch.
Regan.
Say,
Snap daddy.
Just get a bit too aggressive on the gas out of the second part of the chicane.
yeah, well, China was designed based on the Sepang circuit. The whole turn 1, 2, 3 complex is, almost a copy of that section of the track, and then you got the long back straight.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's a better version of what China is.
Yeah.
Well, Sepang was the original.
Well, I'm not disputing it was the original version. I'm just saying it's a better version of.
You're up and about tonight, Bender. Fucking hell, what have you eaten?
Do you just want fights or?
I don't actually mind.
I'm here to show up, you know.
Dieballs asked, do you think the F1 would ever consider doing some virtual races in the future? No way in hell. Not even a. I don't even think that's gone through anyone's brain once, because they have to use a Cody's game. Can you imagine? They couldn't use iRacing. They couldn't use another platform because they've got a licensed product.
Yeah, I think it would have to be more than a pandemic. It would have to be like a worldwide shutdown of everything.
Cars would no longer have to exist for that thing to go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, it would, unfortunately, like, I really want that game to be good. But it'll bring it front and center to the world eyes, and imagine if it was a flop. Would just kill the whole thing.
I think they could, if they could congregate the drivers all to the one area, it would probably work a lot better.
Sorry to just interrupt you there, but Bakita's down to P4. Has Bakita suffered outings?
Well, the last lap was 2:30, so I think we need to do a bit of investigating on that one.
Graphics are good, but graphics don't make a good game anymore. Everyone wants more than that. It is a brilliantly looking game, but until they stop making it just a port of a console version, can't even use a mouse. But anyway, you get me going for a while if we keep talking about it.
Lap 19 at Stavelot, apparently.
I think just going to touch on that. Graphics don't make a good game. It depends on the context of the game. If your game is...
You are very argumentative tonight, aren't you, Bender?
Yeah. So if you're looking at F1, for example, that's more of a mechanics game. You know, it's based on how the cars drive, how the tires work, all that stuff. It doesn't matter if it's a visually good-looking game. You know, but if you're playing The Witcher or something, or one of a single-player RPG games, yeah, okay, you got to have like a tech tree, skill tree, whatever, mechanics like that. But the visuals matter. You got to have a nice-looking world that engages you.
With engaging, I think Bakita must have engaged a wall somewhere just looking at the front of that Porsche. Looks like some telltale signs of some shenanigans there. As Malik is quickly... Here we go. Let's see what we can find.
Oh no.
Wide and on the marbles.
That is not Porsche Tings, that is driver mistake, I'm going to say.
And the car will be feeling horrible at the moment. You can see Potter's gaining quite quickly.
She's losing 3 to 4 seconds a lap, Keita. Last lap was a 2:21.
This is more points for Bone. He suddenly finds himself on the podium for the luck he's had this year. Currently sitting P3. Yeah, you just see Bakita absolutely going nowhere in a straight line. He's going to defend. But Potter's got to fancy himself here as that Porsche's... Oh, contact there, turned around.
I feel, obviously that's some rear contact and the stewards will look at it, but I think Bakita's probably just trying to defend a bit too hard there. She's lost 2 seconds in a lap. I think that spot was ominously going to be dissipating, and now the teammate of Rale's right behind. She's just got to survive for 9 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a championship won. She doesn't need to prove anything, but yeah, you just wonder how much of the old red mist is going on underneath that helmet at the moment.
Just look at top speed. 240. Jesus, this car's funny in the straights. 252. 5k down on Rale's Porsche. And when the car's ready down on Camel, it's going to add a lot. But it's not just that. It's going to feel a lot unstable.
Yeah, you see the understeer at the moment. So we watch, see if it even hits an apex.
It's not the easiest car to drive when it's not damaged.
Oh, look at that bonnet. When your bonnet's talking to you, you know you got problems.
Yeah.
Just see Relahi in the background. Yeah, as you can see there, just really struggling to get that car turned in at the moment.
So we're not watching it, but Houlihan just chipping away at Mia Rose. Gap's come down from 1.5 seconds to 9/10. So we'll see Kieran Potter pick up a 10-second penalty for causing a collision there.
Just a little bit too eager. He's going to snatch that place up a few corners later anyway.
Yeah, does have a little bit of a chance though to potentially gap Relahi with what, 8 minutes to go.
I think
Oh no, sorry. Looking at the timing sheets,
Yeah.
probably not. But
Self-preservation
Relahi.
there.
I think he'll
gap.
get Bakita though.
Yeah,
Might-
Kai Rudin.
Keir's going to go back. Yeah, exactly.
Kai Rudin, the next one in the train.
There's blood in the water.
Yeah, just Potter just had to be just a little bit, as you said, just a little bit more patient. Would have definitely got the job done up Kemmel. Would have been nothing Bakita could have done about it, but saw an opportunity, went for it, and just didn't work out.
Close-ish gap. See, got Hobbs 2.4 seconds back. Let's look at the top speed here for the Audi. Bakita's unfortunately hitting about 253. Audi's already doing that now. 264. No, 263. So 16.5 minutes left. There's a big chance that Kai Rudin's going to get past Bakita. Or maybe Hobbs. I reckon that'd be it though. As long as you keep the car on the track, because it's not going to be fun at the moment.
And you're just stabilising that gap, still keeping it about a second. Be interesting if Houlihan can get another couple of tenths, can start getting the tow from the Nissan.
Yeah, I think Mayer's in a sweet spot at the moment. Tiny bit of a gap to Houlihan,
Does have traffic though.
but should be fine if the blue flags do the right thing. Got two cars ahead. Lamborghini of Ricky and Jimmy Cato's Honda. Ricky's tapped out early. Love to see it. Awareness there. This is the race leader. Ricky's not in a battle with anyone at the moment, so no point.
Read it. Sorry, Mia
Push it.
just putting that gap to 1.4.
Top speeds Nissan doing at the moment.
I think it was 265.
264. Maybe we saw the 266 when there was a tow. Houlihan's just got past Ricky there.
Dropping that another 2 tenths there, just in that sector. So Mia doing all the right things now. Been a good change for. Oh, is that a bit of a drift there from Houlihan?
Jeez, he's getting his money's worth at No Name tonight.
Well, he actually managed to keep that one legal, even with the drift. Hasn't been able to do it any other time tonight, but
That's how you
put
do
the
it,
drift
man. You just
on
kick it out.
and actually managed to keep it track legal this time.
So Kai Rudin's now caught up to Bakita. Last lap for Bakita was at 2 minutes 20.9. That just shows you how damaged this Porsche is.
It's about my lap time,
Yeah.
if that's any indication.
It's still a competitive time, but just not quite up the point end now. They'd just be on edge the entire lap.
Yeah. As you can see, it's just not turning it at all, having to go super wide.
So Curran just got to be a little bit more patient. Potter, unfortunately, got a bit excited. Hobbs' gap to Cloverton hasn't changed at 2.3, but he will be gaining on Bakita. And yeah, Bakita says, "Yep, go past. I don't want to bar of this." You see in the background, Hobbs and Herbert are close together.
Yeah.
Ooh, that might be spicy if they catch up to Bakita.
Peter might look at defending if these two catch her, as they will be busy trying to pass each other as well as her at the same time, so a bit of confusion.
She might have a chance, yeah. If it's on the final lap, I think she's got a chance to defend, but not for 2.
No, 2 laps no, but we'll see.
And Rose has got to wait out 3 seconds to Houlihan.
All these tyres have just gone off.
I don't think Philippa can defend though. If they come up to her on Camel Straight, they're just going to have such a straight line speed advantage.
They might get her here. No, that's a bit too far back. That'd be a lunge.
I was doing 265. Keita's doing what?
250. Yeah. So 2 minutes to go. Where's Rose? There'll be one more lap after this. Oh yeah, no doubt the car's damaged, 100%. And it won't not just be down on top speed, but the aero platform of that car will be absolutely cooked. So she's having to change a few lines, a few angles in with the gears.
Like to be steering the same direction, you're having to put a bit of angle just driving in a straight line. There we go. So will she try and defend the potential last lap?
Oh, I think it'll be done before that. Yeah.
See in the background there.
She lifted.
Herbert. Yeah. See. Hobbs getting the job done, but Herbert, by virtue of going wide out of the exit, did not get the same courtesy, but Akita.
Saw this before, didn't we?
But once again, Herbert, being the gentleman, is going to be patient. Knows the Camel Straight will probably be enough.
Good, another
So
good
he's
battle.
settled for P8 then. Looks like Hobbs has pulled a little bit of a gap.
Team on team action. So this is 3rd place in the championship. Jeremy Talbot, the leading car here, and Daniel Hunter, who's P4 in the championship. These two are separated by 11 points. This could be the battle for 4th overall, because Mia Rose will jump both of them here with this performance tonight. So the way it stands, it'll be Bakita, Houlihan, Rose will be the top 3 for Split Yellow for Season 6. Oh, what a run by Talbot. Or was that Hunter?
That's Hunter at the background, I think. They're going to go 2 wide down Camel. Jeremy's going to have the inside, but... Sorry.
Oh,
up there.
He wasn't left much space to use that curb there.
That was hard racing between the 2 teammates.
Fight. So next week we're off to Mazzano for the 8 hours. Midnight at Mazzano. You haven't got a team together. Time is nearly up.
there's going to be a late entry for that one. Any first name?
You better get it in quickly, mate.
Yeah, it's been thrown together at the last minute, mate.
Don't forget to do the classification laps then. Sorry, Ryan, just missed that. Rose has won the race. Well done, Maya. Congratulations to Houlihan. And Alex Bowen dusted off the bad luck for the year and picks up P3.
Sends the wipers going. You'll love to see it.
He'd be loving that.
Well done, Potter.
He's probably not done enough. Probably needed another 10 minutes. That's why he will finish.
Yeah.
8 seconds. So.
Oh, he's going to drop 2. Kai Rudin out of the clouds. So Potter will finish 6th with that. But we'll pick up the Pro-Am Championship. So well done, Kieran Potter. Oh, that was an Audi.
Ooh. Coming
at a rapid rate of knots. And the McLarens are going to come across in file. Talbot from Hunter, 2 tenths. Great work, Team McLaren. I wish the real F1 team were that close. Unfortunately, one of them is a washed out bell end. That was a bit harsh. But seriously, come on, Ricardo. Tommy Kidman. Well done, sir. Who else have we got? Jimmy Cato's already in the pits, so he's already finished, but congratulations on the AM Championship, Mr. Cato. Oh, that's some solid work there by Dan Hunter. Jamie Saxon bringing it home for the first BMW for tonight. Borg, Piper, Withers is the last one. Nope, I'll take that back. Why is everyone's wipers on? It's definitely not raining. Sammy Barrett. Oh, McKinn's picked up a drive-through on the last lap here. Kranich. And Thomas McKinn's rounds out the race and completes split yellow for season 6. 10 rounds done. Congratulations, Philip Paqueta, champion of the split.
He certainly dominated this season. He dropped probably, what, 1 or 2 races all year, so thoroughly deserved. Good comeback by Mia in the second half of the season, though, after ditching the Jag to come back and finish P3.
Oh, you're not wrong. She got a podium on the Jag as well. So as you can see, this is the final standings for this race. Rose, Houlihan, Bowen, top 3, with Raleigh, Corridon, Potter, Hobbs, Herbert, Bakita, Vecchio. Pro-Am class, we've got Potter, Herbert, Kidman. Kidman stepping up into Pro-Am's gone bang. I reckon you'll see Kidman in the Pro-Am finals. And Barrett, Cato were the 2 AM drivers racing in this race. So congratulations, everybody. We're going to head to Split Green in a sec.
No worries. I will head out. Enjoy the call, and I'll see you all next week.
I'll be up very, very early tomorrow.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining.
I'll hang around until my replacements come in.
I'll bring... Where is it? Don't forget to sign up for Season 7. There's been a lot of registration so far. This season's a little bit different. You can pick the car you would like to drive and you will get a seat. A little bit different this time than our normal usual Sprint Series.
As long as the car is a Hyundai XL.
Yes, I would love that.
Green light, go, go, go.
I'd love that to be added to, like, Automobilista or...
The Hyundai XL. Well, it's the actual class of racing. Like, there's a Hyundai XL series.
Yeah, because you can just go to any wreckers and pick up parts.
Yep. If you wanted to buy an XL race car, you're looking at about, I think, between 6 and 8 used. My brothers wanted me to do it, but I just don't have spare money or time or anything. But geez, I'd love it. It'd be fun.
It has to be like a mid-90s one. Can't be a fancy one.
Oh, hell
like
no.
If it's got a CD player and anything like that, then it's no good.
What's the Hyundai rally car? The i what?
i30.
I've
5? Yeah, if you're getting a new Hyundai, it has to be that thing. That thing's a beast. Alright, let's just find Split Green. I don't think this one's decided just yet. Could be, actually. Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay, so Andrew O'Hara will win this championship from Daniel Ladini. Those two positions are locked in stone. So O'Hara's on 1,176 points. Daniel Ladini's on 982. The next best is Justin Cruz with 637. Followed by Cameron Ross, 587. Russell Reyes, 585, who's not racing. And Stephen Ty, 579. So those three gentlemen that are racing, Cruz, Ross, Ty, all have a chance of P3 here in the championship. We've got Serpil, who we're watching now. He's in the Pro-Am. 108 point lead over Megan D, who's exactly the same amount of points as Lucas Dowd. And Robert Fluke, 423. And the AM class, we have Stefan Brashtold, 179, leading Connor Kingston, 174. So that's another close battle to watch tonight with Jamie Conboy, 168. So the AM class battle tonight is going to be very, very exciting. Don't know who's the money on that.
It would be nice to see some championships not decided already and come down to the last race, potentially the last corner. Andy O'Hara proving once again he is one very, very quick driver. Already wrapping up the pro class.
So JP's currently playing badminton, so he's not too far away. Pat Thick's probably having a shower. When are we going to see you racing again, Frank?
I might get out there. Us two old timers, we can go around and battle each other. You can even drive the Nissan. I'll let you drive it.
Again,
Jeez, you're such a generous human, David.
Yeah. No, I've already done my time in the Nissan, mate. I'll pick something else. Yeah. Again, being able to commit to the time, because unlike commentating racing, you got to spend a bit of time, not just on the race nights. You also practice is also advisable.
Unless you're this dickhead.
Have you not seen me race at all over the last couple of years?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I need practice. Because I know what no practice gets you.
It's garbage, Bender. He's saying garbage, mate.
Just read between the lines on that one. So once I can happily and safely commit to time to practice, and probably need a lot of help getting back up to speed. Mind you, didn't have much speed to begin with. It would be nice to get back in the tin tops.
What car would you pick if you did?
That's a good question. I haven't driven a lot of them for so long that they've all changed, but it would either be something like maybe the Aston.
Yes. Yep.
That seems to be a fairly, it's not exceptional, but it's a very easy car to drive and easy to get your head around. Bentley maybe a shout as well.
No love for the Nissan?
No, as I said, I've already been there. I've driven the Porsche and I've driven the Nissan, so no real need. I'd like to have a go at something that I haven't driven before.
Yeah, go the Aston. If you're getting back into it, go the Aston. Alright, I can do some stats to see what type of cars have been picked so far for Season 7 if you want to know.
I'll get that off you quietly, and I'll also get the BOP details as well. So make sure I choose the right one. Just PM them to me later.
Oh, Porsche now. Get the Porsche. You love it. You bottle it, then you're out.
Yeah, Sticky obviously knows the one Aston I have driven.
The fake one. Joking.
The one that was beloved at Bathurst, the 12 hour.
You could do an ASMR 12-hour stream just with V12. It's that good.
Unfortunately, I don't think the V12 is an option. Malik, is that correct?
No. No, that ship sailed. Try and guess the top. Oh, that's a card that's deceased.
Bang. Threads the needle.
Denny Lynn
Yep.
in the bin.
That's a good shout to go straight back to pits.
That would have hurt. Right, let's just look at the Jag. It's the Jag Farewell Tour this week. We didn't have a single Jag in Split Yellow because it was ditched. Team orders. But Jason Garby has toughed it out the entire season, and my hat is off to you, sir. So is James Kefford. Both those gentlemen, I don't think they've missed a race. I like the looks of the Jag, though. Just not inside the car. 216.4. Speed.
I think the front could do with a little bit of work, but the rest of the car looks pretty good.
So do we expect the upcoming set of Corsa showcase to have anything? I doubt it very, very, very much. Hopefully it's not talking about the mobile game, because I thought someone else was doing their game for them.
Making mobile or no?
Are we going to get a "you guys don't own phones" moment, do you think?
I think so.
If anyone remembers the...
Oh, if
Blizzard.
anyone remembers, please, come on. It's only one of the most iconic moments in gaming in the last 10 years.
Fill us in.
Blizzard, at one of the BlizzCons, where the hot tip that they were going to announce the new Diablo, and everybody was getting very excited about it. And the big moment arrives, and they announced a mobile version of Diablo 3, to which the crowd absolutely shat on. No one wanted to hear it. To which one of the guys announcing it, one of the developers, said to the crowd, "What, you guys don't have phones?"
So if you look up Red Shirt Guy, he is the one who has been immortalized in internet fame and glory. They had like an open fan Q&A after the announcement, and he gets up there on the mic and says something along the lines of, "So is this an April Fool's joke, or are there any plans to ever bring this to PC, or is it exclusively mobile only?" And then they say, "Nah, it's mobile only, there's no plans to bring it to PC." And then everyone goes, "Boo," or whatever. And he says, "What, do you guys not have phones?" And then, it's like, heaps of people like taking an absolute dump on Blizzard.
It was a bit of a meme for a while.
Sorry to cut you off, guys. Dan Murphy, thank you very much for the $7, mate. Very much appreciate your donation. You absolute legend. He says, "What a way to end a wonderful season of racing for Split Yellow. Thanks, Marl, and all the organisers." No, thank you, sir. Thank you. Also, you might know this name, but he hasn't raced this season. Ryan Duong is back for the last race, or maybe he raced last week. Can't remember.
Yeah, I think he was in last week.
But he's not here to put shoes on caterpillars. He's P2 at the moment in the Ferrari.
It's a good name to see back, though.
Oh, it is. We've got Biambi, who's been moved up to Pro Class. I actually forgot to mention that. He's been up to Pro Class now. Adini not far back either. Stephen Ty, Justin Crew, Sam Rick. Some usual suspects there.
Tell you what, Alex Bone in chat, very happy with that podium.
Well done, Alex. Mad lad.
Thoroughly deserved.
So no safety car for Split Yellow. Split Green have had a few unfortunate races this week, but last week the unfortunate race went to Split Red, from what I can remember. Unless that was a week before, I don't know, everything's all the same at the moment. But I'm pretty sure Split Red last week was an absolute disaster. Split Green have just been unfortunate.
That's not Scott's split, is it?
No, Scott's with me in blue.
The
Oh,
blue.
okay. Because if it was, it would have made sense.
Car
And it
naughty
would have been
one.
his,
Not
and it would have been
hurdle
his
race.
fault.
Jamie Saxon's just making it known that Alex Bowen didn't call out his number tonight. If you're unsure what that means, all the drivers are in a Discord lobby, and if you're involved in an incident, you just got to call out your car number, which we mark down in the steward's office, and take a look. And obviously, poor Alex has had to say his number a few times this season.
Yeah, most of the unfortunate incidents have not been his fault at all. That's why we say he's unlucky, not because of the fact that he's had incidents, but he's just generally been an innocent bystander in a lot of them.
Yeah, and you do have bad luck runs with like that. JP's brother, John, has been collateral damage in probably 2 or 3 of his first 4 races, and just feels it's just not enjoying it. But sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Looking back at some of the incidents that he's been involved with, he's just turned up and there's just something in front of him, like, or a car's come across the track and losing control, or it's just, sometimes it just happens. I've had one of those seasons in the Aston where everywhere I looked, you get skittled, or just something little happens. You do just need to try and take a deep breath and realise that it could happen to anyone. Who else just crashed tonight early? Where's Braden Ross? Is he in chat yet?
He is not.
He would have gone to bed, I reckon.
No, I reckon he's gone straight to the freezer. Probably to grab some ice. G'day, Pingu. Oh, he called his number out qualifying. Well, bloody oath, Alex. No pleasing you, is there, young man? Alright, let's just go on board with someone else. Sammy Rex on a flyer at the moment, up 7/10. 2 minutes to go.
It's a great name too.
Except for when he wrecks it.
It just reminds me of early to mid '90s hip hop group Rex and Effect, who had one song which was the Rump Shaker.
Oh, shit.
One hit wonder then.
Yeah, but it did launch a career though, that song, and that was of Pharrell Williams. That was the first song he produced.
Yeah, right.
Jamie Saxon says in chat that he found out that overshooting a pit box with manual ignition is sad times. Benny
Welcome
Hill
to-
music.
Welcome to Pat.
Welcome in, me. Yes. How are we, gents? Good
G'day,
evening,
mate.
chat.
English.
Welcome, world.
How are you,
me.
buddy?
What are words?
I've been better, but you know,
What's going
Up
on?
there,
Talk to
I got-
us. Let's have a bit of a counselling session here.
not see what happened.
How's your race? Or we're not talking about it.
I had to pit twice, so that was a bit of a doozy. I may have eaten the wall at OOR Rouge. I don't know if you saw me do my best Sean Madison impression, but I tried. I only got 3 complete spins, so what's that, a 720? No.
1080.
3?
Yeah.
Is that...
Yeah,
Okay.
1080.
Hey,
Well,
Pat.
got a
Did you,
1080 in the
did you
book,
see what
guys.
happened to Braden Ross?
No, but he said he loves ACC in Discord, so I assume it was fun, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Did like 5,000 spins. He let it rip like a Beyblade.
One of the largest contacts I've ever seen in this game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
He had lost it on the way up a Rouge, I think.
Yep, on the way up.
And another car
Jeez.
just came through, fully pinned, off
Good.
track, T-bone. Mum's crying in the background. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Oh, I got a...
It was
I've got the
almost too
second-
violent for YouTube, that incident.
Yeah.
I did... My only penalty was for voice communications. I got a 5-second
Pat.
penalty.
Pat, come
This-
on. Remember, it's a push
Well,
to
look.
talk button.
When you take three
Screams.
drivers out on the same lap, I think I'm allowed to say some words. But it's alright, it happens.
Just say what's your car number?
777.
777. Oh, it's just a doom number, mate. Just pick another number.
It's a good aircraft. What do you mean? It's my grandma's favourite number.
964. Is that what you're referring to, Houlihan? That's a famous number that's been yelled out.
Yeah. 964. It's alright.
We're just going to make sure it's just a number, and we're not setting death threats.
I did say 3. No, it wasn't a death threat, that's for sure. It's alright. I deserved it, I guess, apparently.
Hang on a sec. What? No. No. I yelled out 964 and Nat's come to the door going, did you yell out to me? What the fuck does that sound like, Nat?
Yeah. Max is at the door, 964.
It's true.
Max been fed.
Not yet, we're only at 33 likes.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's the last round. It's to be expected. Safety car, still yet to set a lap this season. Maybe tonight we have a safety car race, or this week. Some numbers haunt me if called out.
Just waiting for one driver to cross the line. Can't see who it is.
So what on Andrew? Picking up the P1.
What did he do?
I think it was Stephen Tyre there.
16.4.
Who goes P6 at the end. The Audi.
31 cars, that's still a great grid size.
Oh, for sure.
This is a good moment now that our replacement is here, or at least one of. I'm going to head to bed. So
David's got to go beddy boys.
next week, everyone. Yeah, mate, I've got to be on the
David, can you one prediction for me, mate?
I'll tuck you in.
One prediction for me, David. Did JP win badminton? Yes or no?
No.
Right. What about you, Franco?
He murdered his opponent with a badminton racket and was disqualified.
All right. Well,
I reckon he got flogged.
Well, I'm going to say one just to be different.
Just to be different. Yeah,
All right. Get out of here, David. Thanks for the commentating, mate. Hope you have a good night.
Alright,
thanks,
thanks guys. Catch you next time.
Hope the cross
whenever
stitch
the
goes
finals
well.
start.
Hope you finish
mate.
that knitting. Enjoy the
Enjoy
jumper.
yourself. Oh my god, the transition. That was epic.
Wow, that was the timing.
That was
Yeah.
impeccable.
G'day. Hello, JP.
Good evening. How are you doing?
All right, we do have one question. Did you win badminton?
I won some, I lost some.
Did you murder anyone?
What's the ratio of winning to losing?
Yeah.
I'd say 60-20, because I'm very good at math.
So I'll take the win there.
So 20 were murdered? So I'm kind of right.
So Franco's guessed that you murdered someone with a badminton racket. Bender said you lost, and I said you won. And I think Pat, what did you say? 60-20?
Don't have to say it.
Pat said 60-20.
Well, I did hit John's wife in the hand and nearly broke her hand. So technically there was an attempted murder, it just failed. So.
Okay.
How hard
We'll take it.
do you hit your shuttlecock?
I hit the cock very hard, yes.
That's that. Don't clip that.
That's what it's called.
I know what it's
Well,
called.
I'll see us on some other streaming platform next week.
Yeah, mate. So see you Facebook
See you,
gaming.
Franco.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah.
I
TikTok.
think we're going to Mixer.
Yeah,
On
Mixer.
TikTok.
We'll revive Mixer. All right. See you, mate.
All right, see you all.
Here, Branko.
So the final race for Split Green. 2 Jaguars remain. Didn't see a single Jaguar in Split Yellow. I can't remember
How
if
did
this.
that yellow go?
Oh, really, really good. Clean for Spa. We saw some sadness, but
With a caveat, yes. Okay.
yes. The winner was Mia Rose in the Nissan, followed by Ryan Hallhan in the Ferrari and Alex Bowen in the Mercedes.
Excellent.
G'day, Mr. Gibbons. Got a nice mix of manufacturers in the top 10 here. A couple of Audis, a couple of Lambos, a couple of Mercs. The top 2 positions in the championship have been decided already. As we were saying, Andrew O'Hara will pick up the win. The championship, Daniel Ladini will finish second. Where is it?
Yeah, he's missed a few races, hasn't he?
Ladini? I think 1. But the battle for third is between Cruz, Ross, Ty. So where's Cruz starting 6th? Ty is starting 7th. Ross is 19th, so a bit down where he normally is. But you never know. But the battle for the AM class is the one that's exciting me the most. This is very close. I think there's 15 points separates the top 3. So we've got Bushtold, who is in 30th. Kingston, 17th position at the moment. And Convoy will start from... Oh, where did I see that? 27th. So Kingston's in the box seat at the moment. I don't think we had anyone jump starting or out of position on the previous race start.
No, we got told. We had a driver's briefing before the end of free practice 2.
Yep.
And got a little update while we were on our formation lap. So I think the way that the information's given now is a lot better.
Good.
It's a lot less.
I'll try to clean that up a little bit.
Yeah, between the end of quali and the start of the race, there's a lot less information being given, so I think it makes it a bit more calmer.
Very good. Yeah, poor JP last week got done for speeding, but I looked it back and he wasn't the only one.
Yeah, I was waiting for some retroactive penalties, but unfortunately it didn't turn out. But yeah, it was... I don't know. The Bentley is just so bloody long. You know, that's the problem.
Oh, it
The
is.
nose is just so big.
She's a big boy. I enjoy
She's a big
Hungary.
boy.
How are you finding it here at Spa? Dang,
Not enjoying it. I never liked Spa as a track.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it in Formula 1, but I do not enjoy driving it. And I don't think it's the best track for the Bentley.
Yeah, it's a little
Either
bit
way.
down here. It's competitive, but it's not top. But again,
Yeah.
you kind of got to know Spa a bit too and like it.
Yeah, I think a top 10 would be a very good finish tomorrow if I'm lucky.
Patrick, would you like to take us away for Split Green?
Absolutely.
I thought you would.
The old familiar faces: Duong, O'Hara, Biambi, Adini, Cruz, Ty, Rek, Dowd, and Karud and Fluke, leading us off into their last regular season race for Asia Pacific Split Green, leading us down towards Radion and Eau Rouge, as we are about to go green, and we are away. Everyone seems to be getting off quite reasonably. Take it safe, first lap, surely. I've never seen an incident in this split before. People taking nice evasive action there, making lots of space, even though that Bentley is right on the caboose of that Honda. Too wide, or a bit of defense from that Honda. Like to see it. And it's all pretty chips and gravy as that BMW almost gets into the back of the Mercedes. Wow, it's some tight racing still. That Audi doing their thing. Hopefully they can have a bit more luck.
Gosh. How'd they avoid that?
Gosh.
Very well avoided by Cruz. I don't know how he managed that.
Sticks it up the inside.
If that was your brother, JP, he'd be cartwheeling over the fence.
Oh yeah, for sure. He'd be freaking landing in Holland.
I was looking at the wrong screen, funnily enough. Could you tell I was looking at the screen?
I was wondering why the
There's
the
a slight
commentary
mental
was
delay
slight
there,
delay.
it's alright.
Oh, fucking oath.
Sorry, I have too many screens to look at.
There's an incident. There's an incident.
Well, first it. There it is. At the back there, can't see what colours those are. I mean, numbers, yep. Can't even use words. That's how well my evening's going.
Alright, we'll just start again, Pat.
And he's away. Andrew O'Hara leads the pack all the way around the track into Sector 3 as they come up towards Blanchimont. Wow, they're doing superbly. And that's how you don't die at Blanchimont, everyone. I should probably learn that for next season.
Wait, you don't die at Blanchiment? I thought that's
No,
what
I
you
did do that today.
Oh, so you did the right way then.
Yeah,
Okay. That makes
I
sense.
spun the Mercedes for a change, even though Andy kept telling me it's impossible to spin.
Yeah, but that's Andy.
Oh, and there's a bit of a
Sort of
boop in the backside for that Aston Martin. And that is one lap around Spa-Francorchamps. Oh,
elbows,
on the
elbows.
straight. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
So one clean lap, that's all I got. That's all you got.
That was just messy from everyone involved there.
On the straight. Of all the places to do it, on the straight. Well done.
Ferox says, hey, it's Rec. I hope you don't mean Semi-Rec. Are you the next Samwise Holmes? Oh, that Mercedes! No! Gone!
Well,
Oh no! There's a lot of
am I in
death.
this race? I didn't know I was in this race.
Oh, there's a lot of carnage here. Cruz has done just that into the fence. Denny Lynn. Oh no, not a good spot to be.
Did Cruz do that all on his own, or
Don't know.
Probably. They were in
Honestly
front,
though, I
right?
wouldn't mind if there was a safety car called just to settle it down. It's a long
sad.
race.
that's definitely gonna impact his battle for the championship there with Ty and Ross?
I know Rec all too well. As long as it's not the Sam Rec that's currently racing right now, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, why that? Huon, my last week at Hungary, I pointed out that the chicane is my least favorite chicane in this whole game. Huon is one of my least favorite corners.
It's quite tricky. It is.
I just can't get the timing down on it, man.
Yep. Some people just nail it. But it's a weird corner in GT3s, I find. Especially in the Bentley. I don't know why it is, but I'm just going to try and find what happened to Cruz. Because we knew what happened to Lynn.
He did the big old die.
The big old wall. Ooh. Well, I've just found this. So this is Cruz. This is textbook car control when you've lost it. Just stay off the racing line.
They did pretty well in the grand scheme of things.
That could have ended a lot worse.
Oh my god, that Honda almost destroyed itself on the front.
Ah,
This
they went
is
side
not
by
it.
side, so that is what happened. Oh, they didn't. Yeah, but he
Yeah,
compromised.
he's
himself
gone a bit.
going
Yeah,
in there.
exactly. He's gone a bit too wide.
That same Honda, it's very close to the front of the Lamborghini. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep.
Right there. Oh my goodness.
If you go and look very closely at the top of Eau Rouge, there's a Bushman painting of a Mercedes AMG in the wall there.
Why did you have to be that close?
Can somebody get Weatherburn a fresh change of shorts, because that wouldn't have stayed clean there.
Yeah, they chuck the other ones straight in the bin. Don't even worry about washing them.
But everyone facing the correct way still. We have, I assume that's the Mercedes going into the pits. 112. Is that a 1, 2, or a 7?
7. Close. That's Convoy's McLaren.
Ah,
The Convoy was involved in the one near the start
the
finish
straight.
line.
yeah.
With the Lambo, yeah.
Yep.
So that's gonna put an end to his dreams for the AM Championship.
Yeah, so it looks like Kingston's in the box seat there now. Barstold's moved up to 20 seconds. He's up 8 places. Flying along. But no safety car so far this week, so over to you, Split Blue.
Well, not yet. We
I know.
have seen some late safety cars, you know, Mel.
No chance now.
You want to bet?
I'll bet you. What do you want to bet?
You said you'll bet me ... So, you know.
I bet you a games night with me of my choice, 1v1.
Oh. I mean,
It won't be Rainbow Six.
you're betting me a date?
Yeah, who's winning this actually?
Oh, who's losing this? Excuse me.
True. All right, 1v1 on a game, but winner's choice.
Not Slapshot.
Have you played Slapshot yet, JP?
I have not, no.
Do you hate
God,
yourself?
it's hard.
Do you want to hate yourself? Done.
Okay, but I mean, I already do this, so...
Oh. Wow.
No, I mean, racing at Spa.
I feel that
There's
one.
another...
Nah, it's Convoy coming out of the pits.
Okay. Yes, George, I'll be commentating for Split Red again tomorrow, yes.
Love to see it.
Nah, some of the funniest nights we've had on that game.
What exactly is Slapshot?
It's a little hockey arcade game on Steam. It's free. It's extremely difficult.
It's very unusual how you hit the puck. You got to use your mouse to swing your mouse
Just
direction.
swing it to the side.
Yeah. It's quite funny. It's quite funny, but also
Game's really good.
raging. We also
Yes,
play
I-
a lot of golf.
Games are supposed to be fun.
Well, fun and how difficult it is to be good.
The fun in this game is watching how everyone else is absolutely struggling with it.
It's like that old... Did you ever play that game? I think it was called Q-Wop or whatever.
Yes,
it was called, the
yeah.
athletics one.
Yeah.
You're going to try and make the person run.
Yeah.
That's
It's
yeah.
freaking ridiculous.
Kind of the same
Anyway.
premise in a way.
Whoever designed these games just wake up in the morning and choose violence. Is pretty much what they do.
Have you heard of a game called Mount Your Friends?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
it's
played
similar to that, the Q-Op thing. There's a...
Look at this.
What's the strangest game you've ever played, Pat? What's the strangest game you've ever played?
Shower with your dad simulator.
I think everyone owns that, don't they? As a joke, because everyone's gifted it to someone.
Or Who's Your Daddy? That's also a good one. Where you play, one plays as the dad and one plays as the baby, and as the baby you have to try and go around the house and like kill yourself basically.
Yeah. Ooh,
So like, oh,
sorry,
there's
Pat.
a
2 secs, Pat. It is
Cut.
Serpial
Tyson
in the fence.
hat simulator there at Blanchimont.
That's weird. The Bentley feels fairly safe there most of the time.
Could have had a bit of assistance.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, John in chat saying getting over it is the worst game ever. I think that's the one where you have like
Oh, the hammer?
the half the body and the hammer kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awful.
Oh, that's death.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
That
that's
was a
even
fast Audi. No. Oh, and he's going to be stuck here for a while too. Oh,
Yeah,
just
a
for
long
good
time.
measure.
So
Oh,
first
that's the
place,
biggest pain.
battle.
Now go. Go, go, go. Go,
Send it.
Stephen.
So in the battle for third in the pros, Ross has done all he had to do was stay on track so far, and he's put himself in the pole position to take third place.
Wow, and he has too. So Cruz is down at 28th, and Ty's 18th.
I said that again. Did Ross just spin or something?
No. Ross has started really low.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's the one to be making all the gains. Didn't skip leg day. Bushel. He's off.
apparently the Audi just isn't getting along with Radion. Apparently.
Oh, it's not too bad. You just can't
I think the
compromise
Audi
your
is-
turning.
It's just Steven isn't getting along with Radio.
Yeah.
Well, Baxter died in our split, and I think so did Hobbsy.
Yeah, but this
They keep saying it's a great car, so
well, BMW crashed more than anyone else there, so I don't think that car's that too bad through a Rouge. You just can't compromise your turning and get unsettled. You can take all the cars flat from memory, Audi included. I didn't
Yeah,
mind
John
it
has
actually.
been trying to get up to pace with a BMW, and he said it's just so sort of shady, like so difficult to it's unstable and it's just not safe. But then again, Fluke is running in 8th, so maybe John is just not very good in BMW.
Yeah. Just personal preferences, maybe. Obviously, John was thrown in that car, but one more race, John.
I
What's
think
John going
he's,
to pick next year? Bentley?
Yeah, he's in the Bentley. So,
Nice.
Wow.
so we'll both be in the Bentley, and we do the endurance in the Bentley, and we're doing Mazzano in the Bentley. So Bentley on Bentley on Bentley.
Oh, it's
Have
a
you
good
guys
front car.
considered a different car?
No,
Damn. I tried.
Did you though?
Yep.
Did you really?
I put all my effort into that question.
There's a penalty for Siciliano, 5 seconds, and that's for that little side-by-side elbows out on the straight with a convoy. That's a lenient penalty, I would say.
Yeah, it's hard to pick which car it was. I'm always worry when I come back across the track that rapidly. And now drive through.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe that's
Okay,
one for as
that's-
well.
Wow, that is a doozy. That's
So
a
you-
hefty one.
I think you cursed it then there, JP, saying it was lenient.
yeah, my apologies there.
Oh, side by side. Ferrari. Oh, Tim Wright. Get out of the way, trees. Speaking of terrible games, Pat, have you ever played genital jousting?
Games. Nah, I never played it in a game. No.
Yeah, another game I was gifted. It's actually banned on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, you can't play it on Twitch. Which I think is
What
funny.
other
Whoa.
games?
I think he misunderstood the drive-through, and he tried to drive through a wall. Didn't quite pull off.
That seemed a bit silly.
Are you talking about the game that I just mentioned, Distorted? I actually put it on one night as a joke. It's terrible.
Oh, games that are extremely interesting. Bloody Trapland. I don't know if you've ever heard or played Bloody Trapland. Oh, that does your head in.
What's it called?
Bloody Trapland. I think it's like, I don't know if it's really expensive. It's probably like $2 to maximum $10. But it's like a side scroller, like leveler that you can play with up to like 4 people, and it's a doozy.
Yeah, it's a doozy. I like a doozy.
O'Hara has lost 6/10 of his gap, so I don't know if that's due to traffic.
Maybe it's just boredom.
Maybe he's like, oh, come on. Sandbagging even more. Let's put the sandbags back on, the ankle weights.
Ooh.
Wow.
Right. I don't know. The line looks so compromised there, and then he still carried so much speed out of there.
This guy's having a great little battle.
As much as I hate Spa, I love this, the Camel Straight and this little section here. It's so fun to try and overtake through there, because it's fairly easy to defend, but it's also fairly easy to stay on the outside line and still stay side by side. So when you're racing with somebody who's clean and fair, it's great fun going through there.
Just trying to fix that replay runner up. Where's O'Hara's gap gone? Yeah, O'Hara just wants to.
Slowly coming back.
Just playing with his food. Does that.
Come on, Andrew. You better than that, mate.
Have you seen the trailers for this new game coming out? 12 minutes. It's produced by a movie production company, Annapurna Movies. They have some big name actors in it. It's coming out tomorrow. I think it looks pretty interesting, like a narrative-driven kind of top-down time loop story. It looks really interesting.
Suss it out. You have to write it down in the Discord. Trying to find a couple more games that we can do some community nights on that aren't sim racing. We normally do golf. Golf's been a fun one, but golf lobbies only get 12 people. Yeah. And that fills up pretty quickly. It's funny though.
I would suggest FIFA, but I absolutely hate FIFA.
Oh,
You can play like
mate,
22 different people.
I used to be a big FIFA fan. I don't know which one it was, but just copy pasta. Just seemed like the same game every time. Then it was just
Up until about 2016, 17 was still okay-ish, and then after that it was just as you say.
Some weird
Copy-paste.
stuff in it. Yeah. Same with NBA 2K. I found that was even worse with the copy pasta. You had more chance of hitting a 3 with 15 players on you, and you did doing a lap by yourself. And it was like, what the hell? This game's just cooked. FIFA was the last game that ever broke a controller with.
Oh yeah, I've broken many things with that. I threw a full tub of butter at one of my mates once, so that's about how FIFA goes for me.
I want to know, why did you have a full tub of butter with you?
Well, we watched the UFC in the morning because it's usually about 9 a.m. in the morning here.
Yep.
So we used to do like breakfast with UFC, and then after that play some games. And we'd had some fresh baked baguettes with bacon, and there was butter, obviously. And it was still on the table when we started the first game of FIFA. It wasn't full after the throw, unfortunately.
I'm glad you weren't like sharpening knives together before that. No, I just remember it so vividly because the games is obviously rage-inducing. I had 3 games against my mate, 0-0, and then he scored the goal in like extra time in the third one. I just couldn't score, but yet when I played any other time, it wasn't hard to score. It was just, I don't know.
There
There's
used to
been
be
rumors for years about scripting in there as well.
Stupid, yeah. But, oh, well.
There used
Sorry.
to be this thing we'd play at school when we play FIFA against each other. It's called like punishment FIFA or something, and you have like set rules, like depending on how many goals you win by or what like the score is at the end, with like dares and stuff. Used to be great.
And
Just
we
see if I
just
can
used to
find-
play drinking FIFA, which was every time somebody scores a goal, you have to scull a beer.
I would have been fine. I would have been sober as a judge when I played. It just sucks. I didn't get beaten often on FIFA. Played it that much. But now, yeah, it's pretty completely different. I actually enjoyed Pro Evolution a lot more.
Gameplay-wise, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just oh my god, words. Just used to love FIFA for pro clubs. Because you like buggerize around as a team with your mates.
Yep.
Yeah, Diabolos, you're correct. They are very expensive, but in the moment, when the FIFA rage takes over, the calculation isn't how much it costs. It's just Mr. TV. That's pretty much what it comes down.
Yeah. MLB The Show used to do that to me. Oh my god, as this Ferrari and this gaggle of cars are just buggerizing around here as they come down towards what corner is this called? Carousel or something?
Bruxelles.
Bruxelles. Towards No Name. Still. Ooh.
No Name is also called X, isn't it? Check X corner.
No idea. Check the track maps. There was a track map put somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's generally called No Name, but I think it's also named after Jackie X, Formula 1 driver. Which also has a turn at Zolder, Xbox. So Cruz is on the comeback here. Only 6 places behind Ross now, so he's still fighting for that third position.
Blitz doing their best job to defend here.
As O'Hara does a 2:17.1 in race conditions, so I've never met him, but I don't like him.
He's actually really funny,
Who's that?
just by being really fast.
O'Hara, he just makes me feel so bad and inferior.
But that's unfortunate.
Yeah, this
there.
Ferrari's going to get both.
That Lamborghini did a good job to avoid that, man.
Oh, he's getting squeezed in the grass. Passing the grass. No, not this lap.
Lamborghini taps out. Not a bad decision, to be honest. I'll be back in 5 minutes, Jens.
No worries. Some stellar defense there from the BMW.
Yeah, I think he just lifted ever so slightly going into Blanchimana. That compromised the Lambo behind him quite a bit.
Yep. But let's see how much of a tow Wright can get if they stay close. As a Jaguar leaves the
coming out.
pits. That was stellar. Stayed in the way. Perfect diabolos. That's how you do it. Just keep it in the way, you know?
I think there's just no car that's gonna overtake the BMW down the straight.
Not
It's
even the
just
Honda, I don't think.
freaking rocket.
I know there are a few Ferrari drivers from OOR that are doing some testing of zero wing in the Ferrari, and some were doing upwards of 272, I think, or 274 before Lacoon, before the braking zone there.
I think John said in the BMW he was getting 275.
So yeah, that's quite impressive.
Squeeze, squeeze.
Gee, Steph, the grass. Not ideal line, that grass. I find Puan is one of the trickier corners on the track to maintain
It's
speed through.
so. Honestly, I just can't figure it out. So the rest of the track is not too awful. I don't like the first corner. It's such a simple corner, but it's so hard to get it right. And Puhon, the timing just eludes me consistently.
Yeah. Probably helpful
And
in the Bentley being on the right at turn 1. Like you can see how close you can get to the wall and whatnot.
yeah, I mean, I watched Cam's walkthrough, and he was accelerating about 9.5 seconds before I was, so I just can't get it right.
He has a way of doing that with all his on throttle points in his walkthroughs. I find anyway.
Yeah. Dini nice and close to be happy up front as well. Win. Attacking Fluke here, but again, BMW straight line, say bye bye. Once the Honda doesn't have a speedometer, does it? So we can't see what it's doing.
It does not, unfortunately. How many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Have we got 9 different manufacturers in the top 9? That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And then 2 Hondas just to top it off, you know.
So there's basically one of each apart from the Jaguar, which doesn't really count.
No McLarens.
Oh yeah, true. Kingston trying his best to get up there though. Only within a second of Balagulan, however you pronounce that.
Yeah, Kingston doing a good job for his first few sprint races this season as a amateur. Has a lot of success, I think, in the Formula One series, or has a lot of experience nonetheless in the Formula One series, and I think just tried to take his skills to ACC and seems to be doing fine and enjoying it.
It's getting close, but not really looking particularly threatening. Adini within 3/10 of Biambi now, up the front, fighting for the podium, final podium. Oh, he's behind. Oh, okay, now he's ahead of
There
him.
he is.
So we just missed out on that. I think that was probably into the bus stop that the overtake was done there.
Yep. Aussie boys. Audi just has too good of brakes.
So Cruz back up to 23rd and Thai in 22nd. They've both stopped already. Ross still up ahead in 13th, so he's still looking on for taking that third position. In the pros, Dowd has the pro-am class pretty much sealed, and Kingston is in the bound seats for the AM championship at the moment with 34 minutes remaining.
Yep. And Weatherburn is in the pits. Yep. Couple of cars starting to funnel in. It'd be interesting to see these top 12 or so, what they'll decide what to do. I don't know if I was Biambi up, would you try and stay close with Adini, or do you try go for the overcut?
Personally, if it was me, I think I'd stop now. Get in some clean air, which you most likely will be. And just try and do some laps, because it is quite difficult to follow closely here as well. But, you know, that's just personal choice. I usually stop on about 30 minutes anyway, so I'm not much of a strategist. So Dieball is saying Kingston was fast in F1, but he had a tendency to push a bit hard. So ACC should help him sort that out. Yeah, ACC. Yeah, it's interesting to it's difficult to find that balance of pushing the limit and driving within the limits of the car and your own talent.
Yeah, definitely a bit harder, especially in these cars compared to F1 cars.
So any other battles going on anywhere? Nothing that I can really see. Only one that's still fairly close is Wen, who's just gone into the pits. So that's no longer a battle, and Kingston is fairly close to Palagulan,
Nope, he's
as
in the
Palagulan
pits.
jumps into the pits.
They're listening to us. Andy has taken out another second since last time we checked in. Out to 2.6, so he's given up on that sandbagging option.
Dini already 1.2 seconds ahead of BMB, so he was most likely being held up ever so slightly by Debian there.
But yeah, everyone's pretty spaced out. Weatherburn has come out in front of Ty, so it'll be Weatherburn looking to come out in front of Ross. No, Ross is trying to come out somewhere near Ty and Weatherburn, aren't they?
I think he'd be worried if he comes close to them because he was quite a bit up the road. But that's the ones he's battling with. Fluke is quite close to Karud as well. He's within 7/10 there. Or he was, at least. If who knows his freaking live timing was a bit better.
Is that behind him? I can't think. Is that Duong? No, I can't be right.
Dawn's still up ahead.
Don't know that
Might be
far. Tim Wright, I
Might
guess.
be.
So Newen is rolling.
Yeah, the boilers. I mean, Merck is fairly hard on tires, but it's only 30 minutes, so I don't know. It shouldn't really be an issue in terms of wear. Well, not yet, at least.
No, I wouldn't think so. Shouldn't, because it's pretty similar to like the hot lap server temperature at the moment, I think.
Yeah,
As a couple of these guys filtering.
So the Pro-Am leader's in.
So he's just over 10 seconds ahead of Adini, so he's probably just...
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Duong was just behind him, so yeah.
Yep.
So Duong is gonna push like crazy, but I'm assuming, or I'm just thinking that O'Hara probably won't be wanting to give Duong too much chance of undercut, so he'll probably box within a lap or two.
Yep. Wow, that Porsche looks so scary over the top Boat Rouge. It looks like most people are starting to filter in to the pits.
Interesting to see where Fluke comes out in regards to Nguyen once he's pitted, because they were battling fairly close. And what was the other battles that was close? I mean, Biambi in the pits now. He was just behind Adini, so a couple of guys be hoping to make this undercut strategy work.
So Balagulan and Ewan have come out in front, is that right? 32, yeah. Ewan's out a long way. Blanchimont now.
Yeah, I think Nguyen's, I can't pronounce that freaking surname.
Ewan.
Yeah, you can say it. I just can't. my brain hears it. He's like, yeah, I understand that, and then my mouth just says, eh. Yeah, so he'll be wanting to see where Fluke's going to come out. That's his battle for this race, I think.
Has come out now, and Andy is in the bus stop. Oh no, he's pinning. O'Hara's pinning. So, this would be Toy.
I think Duong is gonna have to do that. Oh, there's a Merc off.
Merc in the
Who
grass.
that be? No, he's not having a great time at Spa. He's not enjoying the Spa.
So hopefully, this will be. I think this will be close, right? If Duong's had a good clean pit stop and O'Hara's had a clean in lap, I think they might be close.
Yeah, he was about what 2.5 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting
Just
to see where he
over.
comes out.
But Biambi's way out in front. So it looks like the strategy worked for Biambi.
Well, we'll see once Adini comes out, because that was who he was close to.
But if he's this far in front of Duong, then
Oh, Duong must have had some nightmare in his pit stop then.
yeah, I'm not sure. So O'Hara and Adini, O'Hara at least will be racing Biambi by the looks of things. As they are coming up to Blanchimont.
Biambi won't be that close, will he? On O'Hara? I'm thinking it's more Duong had a nightmare than Biambi's had a.
Yeah.
So Fluke in the pits now. Well, pretty much everybody in the pits now, apart from Karud.
This is his in lap. Oh no!
Okay.
Wow! Of all the places to do it, damn. So O'Hara's come out with a astonishing sized lead.
So Adini's still ahead of Biambi then.
It's a camel-sized lead to Biambi.
Where is Biambi? Biambi is way down.
Nah, he's in front of Adini.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
just the
Good
freaking
kudos.
slow update. Yeah,
It's good like that. It's a feature.
definitely not a bug.
But yeah, that's a very unfortunate place to have an incident, isn't it?
Where's Fluke? Fluke is behind Nguyen, so he's made that undercut work for him.
I'd say give it half a lap for the leaderboard to maybe catch up.
Well, I mean, he's behind him on track.
Yeah.
I feel fairly confident saying this.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'll still hold the I'm not only a Sith deals in absolutes, but this looks like a spicy little battle. Kingston doing excellently. I mean, for the AM class leader, he is running top 10 and not looking out of place at all.
And Karud is in, so our final pitter is pitting. Where would they come out? I think they're gonna lose out pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, he started the race in 30th, I think, or something like that. He seemed to have a pretty poor qualifying, if I recall correctly.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 10 manufacturers in the top. Well,
yeah, with the McLaren joining everybody.
Different manufacturer in the top 12 at the moment. No, 11. There's 11 manufacturers. That's pretty impressive, I say.
Yeah. Not sure if that's a comment on the BOP or the strength of the drivers.
Where's the Jag?
Busy checking his driver ID.
Yeah, got to check on it. But no, Karud is coming out of the pits now-ish. They're rolling. So, and who's that? Oh. So he's come out 8th, 6th, 6th. That's pretty good.
Okay, I think I
I'm confused.
I definitely messed
I'm
up
coming
with
back
the
to
weird
fucking
button.
help you too. At the
I'm so fucking
look.
confused.
I know left hand bot. Always look at the bottom right. That number is never wrong with position they're at.
Okay.
That'll be the
Yes, no, but-
actual on-track number. On the left, it doesn't update because it needs these microsectors.
I just didn't. I wasn't sure where Karut started. I think I misremembered where he qualied. I didn't see the quali.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but he's definitely up. I think he was about 9th or 10th from memory. It was the highest Porsche.
But anyway, now we have different manufacturer in the top 11. It's quite impressive, I say.
Wait, what? We do!
Yep.
We've
just
done
the
it!
Jag missing
We've
out.
done it! Oh, we can't fit 10, 11
Put
into
a Jag
10.
in 12th.
Well, actually, there's 2 missing. There's 12 cars. What's the other one?
What? It's just the Jag, isn't it?
No. There's 48 maximum spots. So what's 12 times 4? 48?
Oh, we
So it
missed
must be
it.
12 teams.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
With the top 11.
Top
is
11.
different manufacturers.
Oh, there is the top 10.
No.
Oh, well, Jags has fucked everything then, hasn't it? So
Yeah,
Aston's
that's what I was putting
outside
it in the bin.
at Spa. I thought Aston was good here.
Yeah. I think it's not as good as it was a few months ago, but it's still quite good.
I think the Aston is good, but this isn't the strongest split for Aston drivers necessarily. I don't think.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's alright.
Well, we've done it.
Still-
We've gone
Yeah.
and done it.
He's only bloody gone and done it.
How good's Kingston going?
Yeah.
Brilliantly.
Well, that's the curse. Sorry, Connor.
You had your day. Good day, sir.
Yeah, as Jake is saying, I think tomorrow Zach will show us what the Aston can actually do here.
I think Smitty will show just how strong the Aston is tomorrow night, probably. Unfortunately, we've moved Smitty over to Jaguar, though. He doesn't know this yet, but...
And Jake Baldwin too.
Imagine that. Split Blue rock up tomorrow night, and everyone has to pick the Jag.
No, please don't.
I'll be right back.
There's enough problems in the world. I don't need to deal with that shit as well.
But if everyone's dealing with it, then does it make it better? Or is it still... Oh,
No, you're just bringing more misery to the world. Is all you're doing.
Oh, snap save.
Well,
Diabol's had paid us. How much would you pay, Diabols? How deep are your pockets?
no offense, but I don't think you have enough money for me to enjoy that.
Oh, it's not about you. It's about me making more Jaguar. He couldn't care about you, JP, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
He just wants pain.
When is the Jag only sprint series?
2027.
Yes. No.
It's a throwback series. Maybe Jag will have a new car by then.
No, still be the same one with the ugly steering wheel.
It is the horrible steering wheel. Yes, it's...
Let's with a
Let's look at
15-second
it.
penalty. Didn't see anything there. No, let's. God damn it.
What is that? It's definitely an afterthought, isn't it? We've got the car sorted. What can we add? Have they
Okay.
checked their ID?
Yeah, they have to check the ID. Fuck, they need a steering wheel, don't they? Shit. I don't know. There's a little bumper car around the corner. Let's just go grab one of those. Block it on here and put a couple of buttons on it. That'll do. Freaking ridiculous.
Is that Porsche without the traction in here? Which
You mean
Porsche?
the Porsche Cup car?
Porsche Cup car's a rocket.
In a straight line, yes.
Yes. But this thing doesn't turn either, so...
Fair enough. There's only one penalty at them. Did Split Green... Have they looked in the mirror and realized who they are, or what's going on? There's only one penalty.
I'm not sure how many were served in the pits. I didn't see many.
Yeah, there was only one or two before
Yeah.
the pit stop rounds, so they've really been fairly clean. I think it's also partly because the track is just so freaking long.
Yeah.
Cars are spread out quite a bit.
It's more about keeping your car on the track than anything.
As long as you survive a Rouge Rally on first lap, then it's pretty much settling in.
Seen some massive contacts up here over the years.
So Dini still behind BMB. He must be freaking bonking his head against the steering wheel. He did all the hard work to overtake him, and then BMB just jumped into the pits again.
Philip was saying that Porsche Cup's faster straight line than all the GT3s. It smashes limiter in 6th, 288. Paul Ricard. That is pacey.
Good luck going through signs with a Porsche Cup going through at that speed.
Yeah, Philip, I want to see you do that. Blitz picked up a 15 second penalty. And Biambi's still holding off Adini. Going great guns. Yeah, it was unfortunate about Geelong's pit entry.
Le Bonk.
I think if we look closely, it's going to be remnants of Ferrari on here.
There's probably a Ferrari badge still stuck on there.
Don't think that's meant to be there either.
Ah, okay, Cameron saying Blitz's penalty is a 30-second penalty instead of a drive-through for track limits.
Oh, yep. Yeah, they've been converted because of how long this pit delta is. Which should have been most of the penalties.
About 9 days.
Let's just show everyone how long the pits are.
Ferox, why are you bored at Kailami? It is a fantastic track.
Kailami is amazing, agreed. I'm not a huge fan of hot lapping.
Taking forever. Why? Just why? Just why is the pits like this?
Oh, because they use these pit boxes, but I'm not sure why they don't just stack them like they do in other tracks in this game. Because they're actually used. Whereas if you'll say they closed off that pit lane down there and opened it up here, they could just double stack like they've been doing in other tracks when they have bigger grids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Authenticity, mate. Can anyone make 2-minute noodles in 2 minutes? I think that's a myth. Pat would know. Can you tell me, Pat? Nope, Pat's off to make 2-minute noodles.
Yeah, he's still busy. Give him another minute and a half. Tracks for the finals is Nürburgring and Barcelona, isn't it?
Yep. This season it's the Nurbs and it's the Barca. Both those tracks aren't on the finals next year, but I will not tell you what the tracks are yet.
I do not mind Nürburgring, but I am awful at Catalonia.
Yeah, it's a hit and miss track for some. Here's Adini's chance.
This is where he got the overtake before the pit stop rounds went. So BMB must be wise to how he did it the first time.
Does this change the championship? So I've got Cruz with a 50-point lead over Cameron Ross. Ross 14th, Cruz 7th. That won't change.
Ty 16th. So Ty and Cruz have done well to recover after their whoopsies.
Ross and Ty have 8 points separate. Wow, Adini.
Well kept.
Jesus.
That's a brown flag. And hasn't managed to lose too much speed there.
He still came out of Radeon at over 240. How? That was ridiculous.
So yeah, it's a Ty's 8 points back from Ross. That won't change based on those positions. Let's look at the Pro-Am. Serpio's got commanding lead over D. I don't think D's racing tonight.
No, I don't remember seeing their name.
So Dowd and Fluke should jump D for 2nd and 3rd in the Pro-Am. Dowd's 5th. Fluke is 9th. So there you go. And the AM class, Bushtold, 5 points clear of Kingston. Well, Kingston's put himself in P10, so it's deleted that battle. Bushtold's up to 23rd from 30th tonight. And Convoy, unfortunately, had that incident on the home straight on lap 1 or 2. And it's dropped right out, down in 26th.
Still 13 minutes of racing to go, though, so, you know.
He's saying there's a chance.
It's sim racing.
Well, whenever you have Blancham on, or well, Blancham on and Ruddy on, there's always a chance.
This is pod racing. Anything can happen.
No, Diabols. They were coming third. They were coming third in the championship. So Barstold was leading. He's currently 23rd at the moment. So Kingston will jump him if it finishes the way it is now. By a fucking heap. That's a good finish there by Kingston.
Yeah,
If they can hold it on.
Bechtold had a pretty poor qualifying.
Yep.
Kingston and well in quality.
Yeah, so that contact Diabols wasn't with the championship leader for AM, but it obviously has had an effect on the AM championship. Garby's picked up a 5-second penalty for driving a Jaguar.
Isn't driving the Jaguar already a penalty?
Isn't it a time deduction?
I think they need to be praised for sticking with it this long, though.
Oh, for sure. Garby's a
or
legend.
Get some psychiatric evaluation.
Maybe that as well. Maybe column A, column B. But Kefford's also done the same thing. He's stuck in it.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
The best video on the internet.
It's literally one of the funniest things ever.
Diabolis, we did. Nichols won one of the race too. I think it was at Zolder, if I'm not mistaken.
I say that to my mum
Or
almost
Imola.
every other day.
What
She's
did I...
like,
Fuck Imola.
Was it Imola or was it Zolder?
yeah.
I feel it was Imola. That's my guess.
Imola, I think
Possibly,
so.
possibly. I know it was Nichols in the Jag, in the blue, but I'm just not sure on the track.
We know they won. I'm guessing
Zolder.
Imola. Zolder, you reckon?
I think it was Zolder.
All right, you go. I'm saying Imola. But
No,
I've been known
sure
to,
it
I've
was
been known to be wrong. But I've normally got a pretty good memory. There's a Jag.
Imola was like race 1, wasn't it? No, that was Silverstone.
No, it's definitely
No.
a fair way into the season.
I'll stick my money on Zolder still, because that's when I had the battle with Scout for third, and I'm pretty sure that's when Nichols got it.
What
Yeah, I
splits
think it
Nichols
was
in?
Zolder.
Blue.
WDW die.
Just looking now. I don't want to say I'm right, but I'm right.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, it's Imola. It was race 2, Jaguar. He won by 1.12 seconds over Nissan's Matthew Keane. Not just a pretty face. I'll check Zolder too. I think there was a podium. I think that was the first podium for the Jag.
Okay. Sticky Butt registration still open for ACC tiers. Tiers being registration is open for sprint and endurance still, and rookie for the next season starting soon. And
G'day,
for
Sticky.
8 hour of Mazzano, which is next weekend. So registrations close on Saturday, I think, right?
Yep. Lucky last. You'll have to have your team 100% sorted and done the registrations by Saturday. Yeah, Sticky. So everything's registrable. You got a P3. Yes, but it wasn't the first win. It was just the one win. That was Nichols.
Sprint form is open for next season, so jump on in the Discord, get that registration going. There it is. Bit spicy this year, as you don't do the old 1, 2, 3 car choices. You choose your own car,
Yes.
and then after all of the forms are submitted and your car choice is finalised, then the tracks will be named. So there is no super meta car picking really going on for the track lists. I like
Yeah,
it.
the way the tracks are picked, it's not going to have. It's not leaning towards one car too much than any others. That's a lot of research has gone into it.
I'm a fan.
But yeah, it's you can't blame us now for your car choice. Just pick the car you want to drive and have fun.
We can't blame you for the car choice, but we can blame you for the track choice. So you're still getting some blame.
Yeah.
I'll always get blamed. That's fine.
Yes.
I can create a
Just want to make sure you're aware of that.
I'm well aware.
dank livery.
Thank you for reminding me.
Wayne got past Peru, so he's moving up. I'm sure his promotion to pro isn't going to be too far away after classification.
Hope Brands Hatch gets it.
Surely Brands.
I hope.
Who knows? Do you want to know one of the tracks?
Yep.
Just one? I'd say actually no. I'll do the opposite. I'll say one of the tracks that aren't in it.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't really help because there's only 6 rounds and there's a lot of tracks.
9 rounds, because the finals are a big deal this time.
Okay. Which one?
Okay, one of the tracks that is not in it this year is Baku. Oh shit!
Get out of here.
My camera isn't
Hey,
on, but
you
I'm
didn't
showing you a finger.
You didn't say it. Oh, this is not getting well.
Oh, jeez. That was almost death on a straight again. Wow. I puckered for a second and I'm not even driving.
Well, look at the cars in the top 11, right?
Yep.
I can confirm one track. Spa will be in there.
Damn
That's
it.
definitely locked in. There you go. That helps no one.
Can we straight line Eau Rouge next season? Is that possible?
Do it anytime you want to. That is correct, Ferox. Oran Park is not in there either.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this train. This is great. How do you say his last name, JP?
Rude.
Mins.
He drives a Honda. Yes.
Newen.
Newen.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Hey.
How do you pronounce your first name?
My
Jean.
first Jean-Pierre.
John Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
You can get all French of it if you want.
It sounds like
Jean-Pierre.
Jean Pierre. I sound like I should be smoking something with a really long pot.
Oh, with a
And,
baguette.
and a twisty mustache.
Yeah. All right. So who's going to win this battle of these 5 cars here? Because I think Fluke, Kingston, Balagulan are about to push right up on the back of this battle because of Min's great defense.
Yeah, having raced with a Karud, I'm gonna try and put my money on Karud. I think that the overtake was most likely just a mistake that went fast.
I think the Honda just has it in a straight line, right? And
Yeah. Well, it's the Porsche. It's not up against the Rocket. It's just going to hold it off through Sector 2. Not many overtaking opportunities there.
Sticky saying he enjoyed the rookie series, to be honest. Some really good races in there. Yep, well, this Nguyen is one of them. He was in there up until recently, and Ignat in 13.
and Connor
both
Kingston.
Yep,
Oh,
recent graduates.
Wow. Stick behind him.
oh, that just tiny little bit of overlap. He doesn't want to lose the run because, yeah, the Porsche things now. Oh, here we go again.
And it happens for another lap.
But Fluke is now right on the back. Not going to be surprised if Fluke gets ahead of both of these cars.
Gotta be very patient.
BMW
4
Power.
minutes to go.
Sounds great, Ferox.
But that's the great thing about sprint is the classes. Like, even if you're in the amateur class, like you will be still fighting with someone in the pack.
It's just to keep you engaged and having a race because not everyone's at the same pace or skill or experience. But we still want to get you racing. And you can just see the Honda's actually doing quite well through Sector 2 here.
You know, I was yesterday years old when I figured out that it's actually the 991 Porsche instead
Mate.
of the 911.
We were setting up a few things in the database. I was with Scout and I like type 991 2 GTR and GT3R and He's like, what do you mean? It's 911. I said, no, it's a 911. Well, no, it's not. I'm like, no, it is. Have a look. Oh, I never knew that. So yeah, you're not alone, mate.
It's basically a 911.
Exactly, it is. They ran out of model numbers.
Couldn't tell you the difference, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a 911-2. It's a 911-2. But they don't know point 2.
911 has been the same for 40 years already. It barely changes. It is a fantastic car, especially the new one, but it's just...
I love one of the 80s 911 turbos. Is that the one in Risky Business?
Favorite 911 turbo is Bad Boys. The
RSR.
Oh, yes.
I like the RSR.
Oh, that's the 70s one, yeah.
And the Monday GTE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. It's cool. It's like a what the fuck's the word for it? Sorry.
Cargo?
Oh, my brain is just melted.
Racing car.
Doesn't even matter. It's a
Potato.
concept. It's like a concept type thing they had. Doesn't have like ABS or anything.
Alex Crawford says what he does not like is that the 991 is newer than the 993, 996. Oh, yeah. Car companies do that.
Spanner in the works for this battle.
Oh, no! Corrode!
Sadness.
That'll get converted to a 30-second penalty.
30 seconds. So he's going to drop right
Wow. To like 16.
Wow. Oh, it hurts the great man.
More than that. It's
now. The
18.
scary thing is they're closing up to the rear of... Well, they're not going to have enough time to actually do anything, but yeah, they've been catching along steadily.
Wow.
Diebol is the new Countach remake is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that yet.
What?
Well, that's why.
They're only making 112 of them, and they already all sold out.
Yeah, quite
800
cool.
horsepower, multi-800. It is stunning.
I've always wanted a Ferrari Testarossa. That was my car when I was younger. I just wanted one of those. But
Beautiful, just awful to drive.
Nah, Ferrari the Ferrari.
the one that
That's what I'm about.
the one that they have to bring to the truck for you.
Yeah.
You don't even get to take it home. That's such a Ferrari thing.
And that's the FFX.
Isn't it? Oh, it's not the little Ferrari?
No,
No, the
Nah.
Ferrari is like the
road version.
E1 918 Spider competitor.
Yeah. Well, I've got a VL Commodore in my backyard, so beat that.
not anymore.
No, that's still there. That's still there.
Wait, I thought you sold it.
I have. No, my brother bought it. But it's staying in my
Oh.
backyard.
But you can keep it.
Yeah. No, he's been away on holidays, so he hasn't been to take it.
Fair enough.
I'll save up for something else.
That looked like Kingston having a go on Fluke there. Not having
Wow.
it only 10th.
And Balagulin's right there. Or Balagulin.
Balagulin. Balagulin just rolls off the tongue. It's so good.
I don't think it's right, is it? I don't know.
Well, I've been saying that for
Is
a
it?
year and he hasn't said anything about it, so...
Is he Thai? Is he from Thailand? Is that right?
You know,
Filipino. Close enough. Same area.
Balugala.
You can't say that.
What?
It's like calling you
They're
a
all
Kiwi.
the same.
It's like calling you a Kiwi.
I'm half Kiwi. It's alright.
Okay, then well, that backfired, didn't it? Speaking of backfired, O'Hara's car did not, and he picks up another win here for Split Green. Yeah, our championship winner. I want to get back to those battles, but I also want to watch what's going on here as Biambi's going to pick up a P2, one of his best results for the season. Adini P3, and absolute sadness here for Rec as Lucas Dowles forces his way through there. Maybe a penalty to be looked at there.
Oh,
Nissan's just, hey, how's your father?
that's the wrong way.
Did you just want a good view of the Buster? Or?
Oh wait, that was the other. There was no Nissan in the top 10 or 11. So there were two. We were missing two manufacturers.
Well,
Something's gone wrong there.
He told us Porkies. This is a very close battle.
Kingston lost out.
2 positions, but we'll pick up the one from
No.
Carood.
Sadness.
Look at that. But well done, Kingston.
All right.
Still won the AM class by an absolute mile. So
Congratulations, Serpil. Pro-Am champion for Season 6 in the Bentley. Kingston, well done, mate. You have picked up the AM championship here in Split Green. Brits.
Diabolis, I think Kingston got mugged through the second sector there. He tried to move on Fluke into the
Yeah, got mugged.
chicane and then compromised the rest of the lap.
Always just chance here for Tate on right. Gone too deep. Had a look, had a crack.
Rounds out the top 20.
It's very unlucky lap one was Tate.
It's a very second-hand looking Lambo
Oh,
version.
wow.
with an active arrow on the nose.
He hasn't had fun here at Spa whatsoever, is Justin.
It's the pug version of the Lamborghini.
It's such a great
Smashed on
season,
the
though.
front.
It's such a good season.
That must have been an extra bump because his
Oh, for sure.
initial off at the
Was fixed.
Luncheon one or at the what do you call it, Radeon wasn't that bad.
Bush told P2 in the AM class. Well done, sir. Convoy is going to finish P3 in AM class. Dowd will finish P2 in Pro-Am, pending any investigation of the last corner. And there we have it. Another split done and dusted in the books.
Great stuff.
Let's go to the
We
race.
had O'Hara, Biambi, Adini, top 3 in the pros. In the pro-amps, we had Dowd, Newen, and Fluke, even though Dowd probably get post-race for that incident. And for amateurs, we had Kingston, Bechtold, and Blitz. Still getting third place with that 30-second penalty.
JP, who finished 7th? I can't see.
It's a guy in a Honda.
Don't. That's what I do. The driver, the 32 car finished 7th. I would have accepted, JP.
32 car Honda NSX GT3 Evo
Perfect.
finished in 7th.
But well done, Andy O'Hara. Absolute stellar job.
Nice
Again,
work.
another championship in the bag. Those that competed in Split Yellow and Split Green, make sure you keep an eye on Discord. The Pro Finals and Pro-Am Final teams will be announced over the weekend. Next week we have a week off for the Mazzano 8 hour, and then we get into the finals, the last 2 rounds before we kick off another season. Thanks for joining me tonight, JP and Pat.
Thanks for having me, Mel.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Have a great rest of your day.
Don't forget to smash that like button on the way out.
Yeah, Max is not being fed this week, but thank you
No.
very much for joining us, everybody.
Well, thanks, mate. Have a good one.
Take care. Thank you very much, chat, for joining us tonight and throughout the season. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate for you all. But yes, the next week we have the week off leading into the Mazzano 8 hour. Tomorrow night we have split blue and red for both, well, all of Asia Pacific, Europe and North America. And so yes, get involved, sign up. We've got a new rookie series starting next month, a new sprint series starting next month, a new endurance series starting next month. And yes, I'll be sleeping next week. So anyway, take care everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow night for more of the same. Bye.